up doubt in velvet robes, throw dead men's quotes like holy stones, name drop Plato and wave your hands like a mystery will make us understand. You sell transcendence cheap online with cherry-picked and twisted lines, a sermon built from smoke and mirrors, preaching louder cause the truth gets nearer. You claim spirituality, philosophy and historicity, but all you got is sophistry. We don't believe your silly fairy tales, but we're ready to talk about it if you want to. We'll even fight about it if you need to. So light the match, strike up the choir, turn your doubt into wildfire. We're dancing on the altar rails tonight. You call it faith, we call it theater, cheap illusions dressed up deeper, but everybody loves a beautiful lie. Whoa, whoa, you want salvation with the spotlight glow. Whoa, whoa, but the house always wins the holy show. You wear gullibility like couture, but every answer sounds rehearsed. You quote the saints, ignore the science, then call your contradictions guidance. A martyr complex in high heels, selling wounds that never healed. You need an enemy to justify the glitter in your bloodshot eyes. You claim spirituality, philosophy, and historicity, but all you got is sophistry. We don't believe your silly fairy tales, but we're ready to talk about it if you want to. We'll even fight about it if you need to. So light the match, strike up the choir, turn your doubt into wildfire. We're dancing on the altar rails tonight. You call it faith, we call it theater, cheap illusions dressed up deeper, but everybody loves a beautiful lie. And if heaven's just a green room backstage, then who's been writing all your lines? You pray in public for the applause, then curse the crowd when they don't buy. By the way, darling, not sure if you know this, but we absolutely noticed that your family values venom has infected your whole system now. It's dripping on your ballots, making every vote a weapon. Your blind faith inspired prayers are now our Christo-fascist nightmares. Light the match, strike up the choir, watch the city drown in fire, while angels smoke outside the venue doors. You wanted prophets, you got performers, broken hearts and false informers, singing hallelujah like it's war. Well, now welcome to Async, where we just wanna know all the fears, ideas, dreams, and doubts that you sow. Saints burn up in orange and purple glow. And the sinners steal the whole damn show.
Well, happy Sunday, folks.
Welcome, welcome, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Microphone check, Gretchen.
Yep, we hear you, buddy.
Yes.
What about Gretchen? Can we hear you? Your mic?
I can.
Yeah, I hear Gretchen.
Here all four or three of you.
I don't. I show hers as off.
Yeah, you are. That's weird. You're showing as muted, Gretchen. But I hear you.
I'm muted. How weird. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's odd.
And now it's not
Weirdness.
showing it.
Yeah, I was actually muted, so you shouldn't have heard me. No one should have heard me, but whatever. We good now.
Well, thank you everybody for
Yeah.
joining us. I came up with this idea just because I'm a mod for Blitz and Ian and Unapologetic, and I am a big fan, and I've been a big fan for about a year now, and I've always wanted to do what they do, but the more I watch, the more I realize like how good Blitz and Ian and Justin are, and maybe someday I can do that, but I mean, there's a long way for me to go. But so rather than maybe take the stage and debate myself, I thought, what if we had a place where we could just watch their content together and have everybody join in and watch it with us, and then just give their own opinions, because everybody says so much in chat, and I think there's a lot to be said about the content that gets made. So if that sounds like a cool idea to you guys, join us. We're going to watch some clips. If you have, once we are done with the clip, if you want to come in and come up on stage and tell us what you think about it, we'd love to hear from you. So
Or even
Gretchen wants to
during.
go first. Or yeah, even during.
I mean, we can take up to 10 people up here. So
I'm ready to watch the first clip whenever you guys are.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
let's give some shout outs first to everyone in chat. Seven Slayer, good to see you. Brian Federico, glad to see you here. Rainbow Ash, Holy Gore, Kelly, Cher, all of you, thanks for joining us here, and hope we can have some good times.
Hell yeah. Good to see everybody. Thank you all for coming.
Hello to all those people.
Everybody like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already.
Or I'll fight your dad.
Or Andy will fight your dad.
So who wants to control the actual video player?
Yeah, I don't have a way to. I'm on mobile.
I think you should.
Okay, cool. Do you have the clip URL or the title? I can just search it up on YouTube right now.
She sent it to me the other day. Hang on.
The free one.
It's August 31st, 25.
Yeah, that's it.
Of UA.
Yes.
Yeah, start at like 9 minutes 20 seconds, I think. I didn't go back and look. I didn't go back and check the title or anything, or I just searched it on Filmot. So
August 20 what?
25th.
25th.
I thought it was 31st. Hang on.
I thought you said this. Well, now I have to look.
Pretty sure I said 31st, but
You're probably right. I mix up numbers all the time.
Me too.
Interesting. They don't have the horizontal view for the 31st, just vertical.
yeah, they didn't have a horizontal yet.
You said
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, back
about
then
it
they
was
didn't have a horizontal yet. It was all vertical.
Yeah, and I got it confused because it was the year that was 25, not the day. So yeah, 8/31/25.
Mm-hmm. That would be it.
And what's the timestamp?
28. Go to 9:20, I think it was.
Okay, perfect. Bringing it up now.
Another guest named Free.
All right, let's try Free. Welcome in, Free. Nothing.
Hi, Free.
Free?
The weird thing is I don't even see Free's name.
Is this PhD
That's
free?
me
That
too.
is weird.
This happened last week too. Hold on.
I see his name and his
Yeah.
camera.
Me
It
too.
was PhD Free before he changed his name to PhD.
What a bizarre
What a good call to
change
start.
of
gonna-
fate.
I know, right? I'm gonna I see
Saying my audio
his
is low.
I see his name once I add him onto the screen, but I can't see it in the actual queue.
Hmm.
But Free, maybe the issue's on my end. I'm gonna refresh
Yes.
my browser real quick and we'll see if that takes care of it.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be a,
Allegedly, my audio is low. So if Justin can adjust that,
Yeah.
allegedly mentioned?
indeed, indubitably. Indubitably.
Okay. that should have fixed it. I can see everyone's names now. However, Free is muted, so let me add Free to the scene and unmute Free. How you doing, Free?
Hi, how are you?
Doing
Seem
well.
to take care of it.
welcome.
Welcome in, Free. Free, are you at least 18? And do you believe in some kind of a god?
Sure, yeah, I'm 22.
Okay. And what kind of god do you believe in?
Oh shit! They're in chat saying, "I hope this isn't
I was
Planet
actually
Peterson's
under the
Free," but
presumption
I
that
could not have meant that.
you guys
Right.
denying God would give me the reference that you know what God is.
Free, are
Justin,
you sharing your stream?
You said what, buddy?
no, that's not Free. That's somebody else. Justin, do you want to get rid of this guy?
Yeah,
This is free. What do you-
This
One
per-
second,
no,
I'm
not
gonna-
not Free.
there's a
Where the
tech
person
issue.
who's like live streaming like Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh,
To
I'm not-
No, you're good. You're good.
you're good.
Yeah.
Anyway, you
sure.
were saying?
So, guys, I was just saying, when you guys say God's not real, I was under the presumption that you guys know what God is.
Well, different people have different conceptions, right? So, like, if you come in and you're a deist, and then we present an argument that's like that's describes the god of classical theism, we'll just end up talking past each other. So it's useful to know what kind of thing you're talking about, so that we can know what kind of thing we're talking about.
Okay.
Nobody on
So if I
planet
were to
was
say
there that
God's
day.
about that,
Well,
It's
we don't
like-
disagree that energy exists.
cool.
So
So
people call
hypothetically,
in-
if my God was energy, the only thing can't be created or destroyed, could you debunk it?
No, we agree that energy exists.
Yeah,
Cool,
you
so
would
my
have to
God-
demonstrate that energy is God. That's the burden that you have to lift.
Sure. Energy is the only thing that doesn't need a creator in time, and it also exists outside of time. Am I wrong?
What do you
What?
mean? Energy does not exist outside of time. Arguably, energy doesn't even exist to begin with. But more than that, energy is not well defined in an expanding universe.
So do you need? Can you have entropy without energy, Blitz?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me an example.
What do you
ahead.
mean? Give you an example. Entropy is
You
not.
said-
Entropy is not. Entropy doesn't require a global definition of energy. You can
Give
have
me an example.
local entropy, no issue.
Give me
Any
an
system that has any system that has microstates will have an entropy.
Yeah. So what's microstating of?
That wasn't English. Want to try again?
What's it microstating of? What does that mean?
Microstating isn't a verb.
Then what does that mean to you?
I don't know. The words you just said, I don't understand those words because they're not English and I don't speak.
Blitz,
This guy's microstating his worldview. What an embarrassment.
wait, Blitz, you're a physicist and you state that energy can't be created nor destroyed. What was you?
No,
what were
I
you
said
saying,
that
Blitz?
energy is not well defined in a globally expanding space-time.
So now you're so now you don't agree with energy. That's what you're saying.
Well, this is like a well-known fact that energy is not well defined in a globally expanding space-time.
Nectar with his W Blitz is in the chat.
I'm
Love those,
totally
by the
confused. How
way.
can you how can you
That was a
pretend
year
there's no
ago.
Love
energy?
them. Yeah.
I'm not pretending. This is a well-known fact.
Or not quite
Energy is
yet.
not
I was
well
like,
defined in a globally
Hey,
expanding space-time.
unapologetic. Check this kid's flat earth.
This follows
card.
from Noether's theorem.
So
Go
energy
look
is
in
not
any
defined in,
cosmology
like, bulk.
textbook, it'll say the same thing.
Okay. So do you agree that energy is here?
You can talk about local notions of energy, but they're not globally defined.
Globally defined.
As-
What does that even mean?
It means that there's no notion of energy that applies for the whole universe.
So you're saying it's not a
Okay.
specific thing; it's just a bunch of everything.
No, so you could talk about like energy in like a finite, fixed, small region of space. Like you could talk about energy in like a laboratory on Earth, because a laboratory on Earth may as well not be in an expanding universe. But once you get to scales as large as the universe expanding, megaparsecs or so,
Doublets.
there's no longer a useful notion of energy.
Well, I don't think the universe is expanding. That's my entire thing.
You don't think the universe is expanding?
No, buddy. I think the exact
Oh,
opposite.
buddy.
Actually, an implosion of energy. Actually,
An implosion of energy. So like,
yeah.
what do you make of the redshifts that are observed for distant galaxies?
Didn't
No, but
happen.
I don't. It's not
Really
about it
sounds
not
like-
happening. It's about I don't. You would have to go into the presumption that space is real, but I think they were in close systems.
No, you don't.
Space
You
is
don't
not
have to
real?
go into any presumption about space being real.
Well, I'm saying I think what you're claiming would go under the presumption that space is real, right?
No, it doesn't require that.
So
You can
where's your
actually-
galaxies? Where are galaxies then if space is
Are,
real?
are you asking? Wait, when you say
He's trying
space
so
is real,
hard to
do you
pivot.
mean? Wait, when you say space is real, do you mean that like you don't believe there's a place that you can go that's like 250 miles up?
250 miles up isn't space, Blitz.
Sure, it is.
No,
Low
it's
Earth
not.
orbit.
No, it's not. It's actually the Earth's exosphere. That's not space. But did
Sure
you
it
want to try?
is.
You want to try again, Blitz?
Oh wait, Free, are you a flat earther?
No, I'm joking. I mean, why are you asking what am I a flat earther for? How's that now?
Because only flat earthers
No,
don't
I'm
believe in
joking.
space.
Why are
'Cause
you
you're a
asking
flat
me
earther.
that?
Right. It's like you're questioning the physicist on where space begins.
Right? He always thinks if he just asserts the fact or asserts it like a fact that I don't know.
People
we
take
have
the
to just
time
accept it or
check it
something.
out.
I know, but I appreciate Free's work ethic. He doesn't just rehash everybody's old talking points. He makes up fake ass math and fake science facts, and
On the spot.
he puts in the fucking work on the spot. Yes, but sometimes you can hear him flipping through a fucking spiral notebook full of this shit that he's like been writing down. And you know what? I appreciate that kind of attention for my amusement. I really
Right.
do.
I'm sure it all makes sense in Free's mind somehow.
All right. Oh, where did it go? Here we go.
Wait a minute. So you think because I don't believe that there's an infinite vacuum of nothingness, that I'm a flat earther?
What shape is the
No,
globe?
I think
is
because
the
you
Earth?
don't believe in space, you're a flat earther.
No, I think because I know basic principle of science.
What
as far as
shape
energy-
is the Earth?
He knows basic principle of science, Blitz.
God.
Learn who you're speaking to.
Oh, I've been had.
Yeah, if
Free,
you're
what
not a
shape is
flat
the Earth?
earther, what shape is it?
I'm not sure.
Is it a
I've never
globe?
tested
Sounds like
He
a
is a
flat
flat
earther to me.
earther.
I've never tested it myself.
Is it a globe?
Sweep.
But
Yeah,
Blitz,
bad
you're
phone
pivoting,
is
Blitz.
bad.
My argument
Is it a
was God-
globe?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
Sounds like a flat earther to me.
Sounds like a
I'm
flat
not saying
earther
it's-
to me.
Right.
But the point isn't it's flat or it's a globe. The point is that, hey, man,
Oh,
my presumption is that God's energy is something that's always here and it can't leave. Now, what is that energy? That's up to you, Blitz. But your proposition
Wait,
says
can you
God's not
define
real.
energy then? Can you define
Yeah,
energy? Because if you're not like willing to accept Noether's theorem, then I don't know what you mean by energy.
You don't know what I mean by energy?
No.
All right, cool. Existence itself, and the way that we observe it, it's derived through states of entropy. In those states of entropy, we observe as humans as chain of events, which you call time. Which
Existence
you think
itself is
inevitable.
derived through states of entropy. Entropy doesn't take states.
Yeah, so entropy needs energy, right? And everything goes through entropy.
No, not
That's-
necessarily. You can
that's
talk
your-
about
that's
entropy
your
of
second law of
static.
thermodynamics.
Just
No,
covered
that's
that.
not the second law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, so what the second law of thermodynamics is everything goes through transgression of energy, and it has to be.
Nope,
it's
that's not the second law of thermodynamics. Try again.
Yeah, what's
I'll give you
the
another
defi-
chance.
Blitz, what's the definition, Blitz?
The second law of thermodynamics is that in a closed system, the entropy is non-decreasing statistically.
I'm starting to think this guy doesn't know
It's the
scientific
energy of
principle.
transgression, right?
I'm starting to think so as well. Sorry, what
He's
was that
just
for you?
he's more advanced than the rest of us.
It's not about being advanced.
Advanced
So you-
stupid.
Look at your
Oh,
guys'
there's a
proposition,
super from
right?
Gretchen
I
in
mean,
the
do
chat.
me a favor, Blitz. Don't call me stupid, bro. Like,
I was
course
making a
there is.
SpongeBob reference. Free. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
yeah.
that I'm sorry that attacked you. I wasn't referring to you. It was a SpongeBob reference.
A PhD referencing SpongeBob.
But it's
bro.
funny
How
because
could
it's
this be?
true.
It's pop culture.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is this, Blitz. All right. When you guys say that God's not real, that's
Mhm.
you guys going under the presumption that you even know what God is.
What
Now,
we're
if you
saying
don't
is that
know
a
what-
mind didn't create the universe. When we say God isn't real, we're referring specifically to a mind that created the universe.
Can you
This
just- can you
encompasses
just-
the deist God, the Christian God, the Jewish God, the Islamic God. It encompasses all of the common notions of God. That's the thing that we're saying doesn't exist.
But
Yeah,
Ian, I'm
and
agreeing
if
with
you think
I agree
that
with
God
you.
is just energy, then you don't even believe in a God either. You're just redefining
Really,
what you
that's
think
compatible with
energy is.
atheism.
So
Really?
sounds like you're an atheist.
So it's not about being an atheist, buddy. It's about, hey, man, you're right.
Are
I don't
you-
think it's Muslim God.
Do you
or
believe?
He doesn't even like disagree that he's probably an atheist, or at least he hasn't given the argument yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole thing's a bit, to a degree. I mean, I think he thinks like if he behaves a certain way and performs a certain way and says the right buzzwords in a certain way, it'll at least give the appearance to others that he's on to something. But you have to be a complete moron to think that. I mean, it isn't going to work on the three people on the panel. So I don't know what his ultimate goal is. It has to be like, I don't know. Go ahead.
That energy has a mind?
I think energy is I think energy is very. What's the word? I think it's when we observe energy in our world, everything's in a structured system. It's very dynamic.
Try
and,
this again. Do you think that energy has a mind?
Sure, I could say that.
Oh, what's
Oh,
the
can
evidence
you-
of that?
Yeah, can you demonstrate that one?
What does that even mean? Energy is like a property. It's not a thing.
Well, that's what you.
I
Guys
love it
think.
when things that don't exist have minds. Tell me more
Well,
about this.
So energy doesn't exist.
Energy is not a thing.
It's a property
cool,
of things that do exist.
Cool. So if energy is not a thing, when we look at our universe, right, everything's very dynamic and geometric, right? Do you think that's out of causality or a big bang or an accident?
Geometric
Or do you think
didn't help
that's-
anything in that sentence.
So when you observe the stars, DZ, is that your name, DZ? Right. So when you observe the stars in the sky, everything's like a literal. I don't know how to explain it. I always say that the correct term would be a clock. I guess you could
Is
say
this the
clock.
first time you've ever
Star
talked
is
to
a
Stars are a
Justin?
clock.
What did you say?
Was this the first time he ever talked to Justin?
It might be.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, Free, I'll have you know, all of your clocks have been lies put forward by the big clock elite trying to hide the time cube for 96-hour
Big
periods
clock
in one
elite.
day.
They only
Big
want you to have
time.
24 hours, but
So it's
you
Jewish
bought it
space
hook, line, and
clocks.
sinker.
Hey, do me a favor. Can you guys respect each other? Hey,
Oh
Blitz,
yeah,
real quick, buddy.
we felt very respected this conversation.
Yeah.
Hey Blitz, real quick, buddy. Do you think that design demands a designer? Would you agree to
There's-
that?
No design.
There's no
If
design?
you showed me something that's designed, I would assume it has a designer, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it sounds,
Blitz,
sounds
Blitz,
like
you're
true
a
by
physicist. It's in the name.
definition. Yeah.
Blitz, are you not a physicist, right? Do you and you
I
know
am.
you observe the universe, right? Do you not observe everything rotate around Polaris 15 degrees per hour?
So space does exist?
No.
Polaris is a star, bud.
So wait, okay, does space exist? Where is it?
Yeah, it's in the atmosphere somewhere.
Okay.
Where
there's
is
something-
Polaris?
Sorry, the what? The atmosphere?
I mean, that's what you guys call it, sure. Hey, Blitz.
Yeah, so,
Blitz,
Damn.
it's
I'm
not true that everything rotates around.
Got him
I'm
there.
not gonna get deep.
That's false.
Get him.
The Atmos plane, obviously.
This guy got fucking globed.
So
And it
go
needs
the
to be a
southern
globe.
hemisphere.
Or the
It's
Go to
the
atmosphere.
time cube.
Yeah, there you go. Go to the southern hemisphere and you won't see anything rotating around Polaris.
Did he run?
I don't know.
Maybe. His phone is currently
phone is
overheating right now, though, according to Video Ninja. So he's probably just starting to drop connection.
Probably too many high-level ideas for his phone's
All right,
puny
hold
Wi-Fi.
on. I have to set the
No,
record
it's
straight
not,
on
that's,
this.
that's not what it is at all. Actually. Hey, Blitz,
Okay,
one
never
second,
mind.
Blitz. I
I'll
made a
bring it up
claim. I
later.
said that the universe is a dynamic. Blitz, I made a claim. Hold on, let me finish. My claim is the universe is a dynamic system that it's quite literally geometrically designed. Now, for you to pretend that 15 degrees per hour around Polaris is an accident that evolved through a state of change through your Big Bang, that's on you, Blitz. That's not an accident, Blitz.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
also,
but not
You think-
everything goes
is that
around
what you think,
Polaris at
Blitz?
15
Oh, I
degrees
don't
per
know what
hour.
Big Bang
On the
happened,
first,
Yeah.
the first
everything
point.
is precise.
The second point is that like we can
Yeah,
account
and
for all of this via naturalistic means,
name
so
me
there's
one
no
thing.
need
Name me
to
one thing,
assume
Blitz.
it's designed. Sorry, one thing that doesn't go around Polaris? The
Blitz, so
Southern Cross. Sigma Octantis.
Did he think he wasn't going to get an answer?
all right, one more time.
yeah, laugh
think-
nervously again. It'll help your argument.
Probably.
Once the distance from the observer increases, whatever your target is, whatever.
Oh, he has a
One
delay.
more time. No
He has a
disrespect,
delay. That's what's
bro,
happening.
but you're not good at this. I don't know.
Free, can you refresh or something? Because I think that something
a
happened
delay?
and you have a delay.
Yeah,
We'll
you might
bring
want
up
to turn your
again.
camera off. It might help.
It almost feels like he does it on
Yeah, you have a delay.
purpose. I mean, look at how many times even Planet Peterson just dumped all over this guy, and he just kept coming back for more.
And it's weird because like there's moments of like where he engages in good faith, like oh, all of a sudden the stream isn't working or he's lagging or something, and all of a sudden he can act like a normal human being for 2 seconds, and then it's right back into the performative bit, like the condescending tones
Yeah,
and
I have absolutely no idea if he's genuine or not. I just
Right.
know that it tickles me in my happy place. It just amuses the shit out of me every time. I just love watching him get fucking stomped. I just love
Right.
it.
it is kind of like watching him go through a wood chipper.
It really is. Like that frog in the blender thing we watched the other
Yeah.
night. That's kind of what it's like with Free. You just go through the buttons.
What about now?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so what were you saying?
I was trying to tell you that when we observe the sky, it's a very dynamic system. But and if you deny that, then you're also refuting a lot of other physicists.
Hold on, I agree. I agree that the sky is dynamic. I agree.
Yeah, that wasn't
But
the
you-
initial claim.
But the original question was, does energy have a mind? Correct.
Well, yeah, that
Yes,
was
that
like
was a-
20
that
minutes
was a
ago, and then
question.
you like pivoted
Yeah.
like crazy. Yeah, that was the
It's
original
not about
question.
pivoting.
Yeah.
No, Ian.
Yeah, you did. We asked you what's
Not
the
about-
evidence energy has a mind, and then you derailed to some like gibberish about like space
Hey,
not
Ian.
existing. So let's get
Ian,
back
can I
to
ask
the
you a quick
initial
question?
point. What is the evidence that energy has a mind? What's that evidence?
That was the evidence. The fact that we live in a dynamic system that's very geometrically account with each other. Like for example, the specific
what does
amount
that
of
have to do with
oxygen to
anything?
carbon.
How
Well,
does
let's
that
look
get
at
us
the-
to energy having a mind?
Let's look at the ratio of the gases in the atmosphere, right? If we had too much oxygen, we would be a ball of fire. If we
What
had,
is- what does this have to
pivoting
do
to
with
the
energy having a mind?
fine-tuning argument.
guys, I don't know why. Dude, why is
The fine-tuning argument is funny because flat earthers can't even use it, right? Like it doesn't work for flat earthers because they have to rely on because the fine-tuning argument relies on like gravity existing.
it doesn't exist. That's the entire point. But you be thinking you're everything came from
Fine-tuning
a
defeated,
calculator.
gravity's fake.
Blitz, if
Go
you
ahead.
want, we can get into a physics debate, bro. But I'm not really here for that. I'm just trying to do more of a
Look, if you want to come onto my live at some point and just get pounded against a railroad for 30 minutes, we can do that. But that's probably not the place. This is probably not the place or the time.
You mute
And that
people.
did
I've
happen.
seen your lives, Blitz. I'm not here for that.
I mean, I could mute you here too.
Yeah, like we have mute powers everywhere we go.
If you think Blitz mutes people, you should see Justin. Holy shit!
Yeah,
agree with that,
Justin will
Pat
just mute
Tunick,
people
too.
just because he
Thank
doesn't
you,
like the
Blitz.
sound of their voice.
Well, do you hear my argument though? My argument is, hey man, I'm
You're-
observing the sky. The
Right,
sky
right. So what's premise one?
System. Cool. The premise
Can you
one
give
is
me premise
that-
one?
Yeah, sure. Premise one is that I would say we observe everything in dynamic structure. Okay. Now, premise two. Therefore, that dynamic structure is I would say is I would argue it has definitely the necessity of a designer because it's designed very
Sounds like
well.
the conclusion.
And what's
Yeah.
the conclusion?
And the conclusion is that dynamic structure is designed very well and necessitates.
That was your last
necessitates-
premise.
No, it necessitates the need of a what you guys would call God.
Okay, so premise
so I
one,
have-
we
Yeah.
premise one, we observe everything in dynamic structure. Agree. I grant that. Do you guys grant that?
Sounds good. Yeah, if you'll grant that, I'm willing to. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Although-
so premise two, oh, go ahead.
The word structure doesn't. I don't know what that does for. I think that's just smuggling in concepts.
This is a nothing statement, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really do much. Premise two, that dynamic structure has definite necessity of a designer because it's designed. I don't grant that. Y'all grant
Okay.
that?
No, that is in fact the conclusion that's trying to be
Indeed.
established.
So why should we believe that the dynamic structure requires a designer?
Yeah, sure. When we observe entropy, which is what I was referencing earlier, is a chaotic state of energy. That chaotic state of energy, which you guys referenced from is
Sorry, it would help if you give the argument for premise two again in premise conclusion form. So you want to give us premise 2.1?
Yeah, I don't need to appeal to your weird fucking.
It would just help. It would just help to
I don't-
clarify what you're actually saying.
Yeah, I
So one more
don't give
time.
a fuck
Blitz,
about
one more
your
time.
silly logic, Dr. Blitz. Your
Oh.
your valid inference rules. No one cares.
Hey, Ian, do me a quick favor, Ian. What's the derivative of 8?
0.
Nope. Yeah, you don't know math, so relax, Ian. That's third grade math for you, bud. So, Blitz, what I was saying is this, Blitz.
To
you
be
gotta humble
clear,
yourself,
first
Ian.
of all, yes, the derivative of the constant function is 0. Second, nobody
No,
learns derivatives
no,
in
it's
third
not.
grade.
So, Blitz, do me a
Third,
favor,
do you
Blitz.
want if you want to get into a math
Blitz.
competition, we
Hey,
can
Blitz.
do that if you want.
Blitz, if you want to prove gravity, we can also do that, Blitz.
Do you want to?
I can't believe you walked
Do you
right
want
into
to like? Do you want to define what
Like,
the
these guys
Levi-Chimidy
have
connection is
math
for me?
degrees.
Yeah, I don't need.
You want to tell me how to
Blitz,
compute the torsion of the of an
Hey,
affine
I'm
connection?
telling you, free
Because we
puts
can do
in
this
the
all day.
fucking work.
All right.
We deserve free.
Just balls to the wall.
I know everybody fucking hates me so much because I love free so much.
Yeah, coming at Blitz with math is like, coming at Mike Tyson in
Yeah.
a boxing match.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's a train
does
wreck
that
you can't look away from.
gravity, Blitz.
We're doing a math competition right now,
Oh,
free.
okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. You can't prove gravity, Blitz.
What do you think that? To be clear, what do
So-
you think the derivative of 8 is?
So
Yeah,
Blitz, do me a
the
quick favor.
derivative of 8 is clearly 0.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so Blitz, do me a quick favor, Blitz. Can you?
I wouldn't
please
want to
give
answer
me-
that one either.
Hey, Blitz, do me a favor, Blitz. Can you please show me how you can disprove God if you don't even know what God is? It's illogical. It's a fallacy. It's fallacious. You guys are just trolling, man. I don't understand how you guys get paid for this.
Illogical.
Blitz,
Well,
and then
so-
Ian's laughing like he knows something.
Look, so here's the
It's
point. The
hilarious.
point is that like for most common conceptions of God, the kind of mind that created the universe, we don't believe in that. And we also tend to think that most people who have a conception of God that isn't that is like gibberating, right? Which is what you're doing.
No,
You're saying that
that's-
energy is entropy is God, and that because there's dynamic structure, that means that God is necessary, which is entropy. But
no, that's not what I said at all.
it's gibberish, right?
Blitz, do you think that's what I said? You stop strolling.
Well, it was a summary
That's
of
not
what
I
you said,
at
yeah.
all. I said that the universe is a dynamic structure that's geometrically designed, and therefore it counts for designer. That's what
Yeah,
I
how do
said,
you know
Blitz.
it's designed?
Let me tell you one more time, Blitz. That 15 degrees per hour rotation around Polaris that every star does, that's not a freaking accident, Blitz.
Do you think that addresses my question?
Are you that disingenuous?
He
You think it
just
just happened out of
asserts
cause,
that's
out
all
of
he
a
does.
big
Do you
bang?
think that
Accident?
addresses my question? Do you think a question is an argument?
That wasn't a question.
You literally said, "Do
rhetorical
you
question.
think
Blitz,
that
it was a
XYZ?"
rhetorical question, but it's not literally.
Oh, okay. So do you have an argument for the idea that
yeah, one more time,
that
Blitz.
our universe is designed? Yeah,
you
please
agree
present
that-
the argument.
Do you agree that entropy is chaotic?
No,
So
it's
you
not
don't
even a
believe that
correct use of
entropy-
frame
so you don't-
of words.
so you don't
I
no.
keep
believe
finding
entropy is a
myself wanting
chaotic,
to
Oh my
moderate
God.
the chat on screen.
Pause it a second. What?
I keep finding myself wanting to moderate the chat on screen.
I was doing that earlier when we were watching a Joel video, but then there was no chat on screen, so I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
Like, man, I've missed so much. Oh my god,
I
that guy
just
got away with
noticed
a
Justin changed his name. It said DZ before, and now it says Deconstruction Zone. I wonder if Free's gonna change what he calls him now.
Well, I didn't notice that. Could I?
because he was calling. It's just said DZ before, and he was calling him DZ. DZ, is that your name? And now it says deconstruction zone. So I wonder if he's gonna change what he calls him.
Yeah, we'll see.
I get such a jump every time he calls Planet Peterson Peter. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna let
Every
chat
fucking time,
go
after
just another
every
board because I
sentence.
just noticed there's a slur in the replay chat. So
I would
let's,
say entropy is a chaos.
there we go. That's better.
Oh.
So yeah, I wanted to moderate that slur right now.
I
Right?
guess the mods missed that one, huh? Neck
Yeah, that's
two?
what I'm saying. Like, what was I doing? I mean, I'm apparently right there. I didn't get it. I don't know what I was doing. I'm upset with myself.
You know you can still go back and delete it now, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have actually done that.
I have too. I've done this to people too.
Yeah.
Just like people
Well,
I didn't
here, I'm
like.
gonna copy
or
this at the
people
current
that said
time and
shit
just
that I
message
just
that to you so you know where that slur is if you want to take care of it sometime.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely. I'll check and see if it's still there later.
All right, sent. And like also like Free's argument, like trying to say that like entropic systems are chaotic. Like it's not even like really how you're supposed to use chaotic, because like chaos is like the idea that if you have a system with like multiple compounding variables, like the very slight differences in initial conditions can lead to vastly different outcomes. But like because like thermal systems, like they follow trends, and that's how you can do like statistics on them. Like they're going to be like broader global trends that like the system will be similar despite like having different initial conditions. And so that's not really chaotic at that point. So I'm sure Blitz might like kind of get into that or just like continue bashing Free's head against the railroad.
Chaotic.
Entropy is again a property of a system. It's not a thing that does things.
So you
on
don't
its own.
think? So you don't think that you don't think entropy is chaotic? Because if I Google it right now,
No, but like that's not. It's not even a sentence that makes sense.
Okay, so
No.
one
We
time,
describe
Blitz.
systems as chaotic. We describe
Free
dynamic
has a
systems
very
as
loose
chaotic.
relationship with word meanings.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when you were saying that, RP, was just what
Yeah.
Justin
So one more
just said
time,
there.
Blitz.
What was that?
I was just thinking what Justin just said right there. Like when you were talking about explaining that, I was just thinking that like about Free, that he they equivocate on definitions. They and I don't know if they mean to do it or if they're just, I don't know if it's kind of, I think it all stems from the whole idea that you start with your conclusion first and you only support, so you only go with definitions that help your case. You only, that's the whole strategy from the top to bottom.
Yeah, and those arguments always, suffer from confirmation bias because you're starting with that conclusion and then only picking out what supports it, and then you're conveniently ignoring all the data that like disagrees with it.
Exactly.
Hey, RP,
Yeah.
can you put it on live chat replay instead of top chat replay?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
missing certain things, and it's like
We'll
scratching
probably
my
come across
brain.
more slurs that way,
that
but
I'm
yeah.
seeing responses to questions that I never saw. It's like,
Oh yeah.
Got it.
Blitz, did you hear what I was saying?
And the shape of the Earth, like
No one's talking about the shape of the Earth, Blitz.
I know you want to run from that really, really bad.
Blitz, honestly, bro, I saw Nathan cook you when you were trying to prove your globe religion, and it didn't work out in your favor, bud. So if you
Who's
wanna-
Nathan?
religion.
Humble
So
yourself.
he's a
I'm not a
flat
flat
earther.
earther.
So what I was saying. So
Be
what I was
sure.
saying is this. I mean, I don't think that we're a spinning donut through a cosmological chain of events. No, I don't think it was an accident. No,
A
I think.
spinning donut? I don't think
Sure.
that we're a spinning donut either.
Oh, you don't think that? You think water sticks to a ball, Blitz? You have bigger fish to fry, Blitz.
Water
So he's
does stick
definitely
to
a flat
balls.
earther.
Why?
Yeah.
Because gravity told you.
Because I
Yeah,
can
we
put
can see
water
it
on a
happen
ball
with,
and
like,
watch it stick.
Hey, do me
Yeah.
a favor.
Have you never
pretty easy
seen
to see.
you ever seen surface tension of water?
Yeah, that's surface tension, not gravity. But
Just take a
both are
tennis
both
ball and
accurate.
dunk it in
Your
water.
claim was that it doesn't stick. It does stick.
Hey, Blitz, do me a
It
favor
literally
without
does.
Bro's
actually-
never
stick.
seen balls before.
Hey, Blitz, do me a favor without actually
Yeah,
helping
he's
them.
never
Hey, DZ,
pretending.
real quick, buddy. Destruction Zone. That's your name, yeah?
Almost. You were close.
Reading is hard.
But I know words are hard.
Deconstruction. Your name's Deconstruction Zone, yeah?
You're right, Gretchen.
Yeah, do me a quick favor, buddy. What's little g in gravity?
I have no idea. The physicist
Okay.
is in the upper left-hand
Is it,
corner.
is it
So do me a
9.8
favor.
meters? Is it just 9.8 meters per second squared?
No, that's acceleration rate, Ian. So that's my
That's
point.
what the
You
little
guys-
g is. No,
you
no, that
guys
is
are try-
what the
you
little
guys-
g is. Yeah.
you guys are
Oh,
trying to-
wait, so we
you
just
guys
got it
are-
right? Oh, cool, yeah.
No, guys, one more time. You guys are trying to defend things you don't know. That's my entire point. Not trying to start.
Free-
Wait,
What are-
wait, so
what are
sorry,
your
wait,
credentials?
what is,
The
wait,
opposite
let's,
of what
let's get the
happened-
answer. What is
happened.
little
Oh,
g?
so I need
Asserts
to
that.
pewter my credentials. Is that what
Well,
you're
no,
doing?
I'm trying to figure out how
I
you
wanna know,
learned
I
about
wanna know
physics.
what is little g? What is it? What's the right answer? If that was the wrong answer, what's the right answer?
Well, you don't know what gravity is. That's the entire
It sounds like you don't know what it is.
Hey, Ian, do you know what big G is?
Do you, wait, sorry, I'm not gonna let you pivot away from that. You said I gave the wrong answer. What's the right answer?
Well, little g would be the gravitational acceleration.
Yeah, which is what?
I mean, you said it right, but you didn't say what it was. You just said
Little g is
So I
the
did get the
local
right answer.
acceleration, 9.81 meters per second
Hey,
squared.
Ian, that's
Okay.
not. That's well. That's sure. That's the.
So,
math
okay, so we
for-
did get it
that's the
right.
actual definition.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ian
Ian,
gives
Ian,
I've
Chris
guys
never
embarrassing.
seen someone
No,
more
it's
confidently
true.
wrong about
Hey,
literally
Ian,
everything.
Hey, one second. Oh, you guys know what that is, right? What's big G, guys?
6.67 times 10 to the minus 11
Yeah,
newton,
you-
meter,
yeah, they
newton
didn't-
meters
they
squared
didn't-
per second or per
They
kilogram
didn't know
squared.
that though, Blitz. They didn't know that. That's my entire point.
Why?
would
Why
you
do I
expect
need to
them
know
know
that?
random constants?
Because you're trying to defend gravity religion and you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my
Deconstruction
God!
zone.
This is the
Why-
one
why
where
do I
went
need to
and
know
talked
that?
to
I'm not
Sloan
the-
Peterson, and he showed up.
Oh yeah,
Is
there's
it
Eric
is?
right there in the chat.
I remember this.
Yeah, as soon as Free showed up, I ran to Planet Peterson posted a new video, and like as soon as he did, I went over there and said, "Hey, Free's getting cooked by Blitz, Ian, and Justin right now on Unapologetic," and he was over here within like just a few minutes. I didn't know
Nice.
it was this one that happened, but that's funny.
Hell yeah.
Physicist here.
So you're defending something that you don't know and you're validating it to reference to prove you live in a ball?
No, I
Reference
know
to
we
a ball.
I know we live on a ball because I
You
literally
use
watched
surface
satellites get
tension.
launched into orbit. I program
launched into
software that
orbit?
uses satellites that go into orbit. The mathematics behind satellites and global positioning, that stuff
Nice.
only
There it
works
is.
if the globe Earth is real.
Deconstruction, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. What's Kepler?
I
about,
do.
deconstruction? What's
I'm an
Kepler
electrical, so I'm an
Yeah, what's
electrical
Kepler
engineer, and I program software. I program machines for a living. And guess
That
what?
has nothing to
Global
do with gravity,
long range global positioning does not work on a flat Earth.
about? Yeah, I don't think you know what you're talking about, buddy. I think you're regurgitating.
Yeah, I
everything
do.
Free,
from
can you tell me what Gibbs free energy is?
Yeah, I can, but can you ask your friend to answer my question?
Fuck no, he
Are-
can't. Of
Are you
course he
going to
can't.
explain
Ian, can you
why?
answer the question,
Are you going to explain why all the long range global
course he
positioning
can.
satellites only work when you're using a globe Earth mathematics?
Hey, deconstruction, just to let you know when you do gravity.
Yeah, he's not gonna
So
answer
he's
any
not,
questions.
he's not going to
Yeah.
answer any
I'm gonna-
questions.
I'm going to answer right now.
He's
buddy.
flipped into question non-answering mode. He's
Wait, wait,
terrified.
Can you guys stop blazing each other for 5 seconds? Hey,
No.
Deconstruction zone.
No, this is a glazing.
Free. If you're not going to answer a single question, there's no reason for us to answer your questions.
I
Yeah.
already did. I was answering and you interrupted me, buddy.
Wait,
Right,
Free,
so that's-
Free, I have a question for you. 13 squared? What's 13 squared?
Dump truck? That's
Ian,
what I
1
heard.
second, bud. Deconstruction zone. One more time. buddy.
13 squared, bud. What's 13 squared?
So when you look at the orbital mechanics, of
He
gravity,
has no fucking idea.
he's totally lost.
I do know.
He
what
has
it
no
is.
idea where he's at.
Deconstruction. You were referencing orbital mechanics. Yeah?
I'm still waiting for you to answer my question. Why is it
I'm
that
asking
when
right
we
now.
have to write software for global positioning, it doesn't work if you use flat plane math?
That's totally redundant because they actually assume the Earth's flat when they do that. You know that, right?
We'll try this again. When
Hey,
we
Blitz,
write
Blitz,
software
do they
for
assume
long
Earth's
range
flat?
global positioning, why do we
That's
have
fine.
to use mathematics that
That's
accounts
fine.
for a globe Earth?
You don't know what you're talking about. They actually don't. Hey, Blitz, do they not present-
Nuh-uh. Have you considered nuh-uh?
This guy's a rhetorical titan. I've never considered no before.
I literally can show you my applied mathematics, my applied trigonometry book from school for
You know
global
trigonometry.
positioning satellites.
Deconstruction, you know
That gives you the formula for trilateralization on a globe Earth,
There's probably
which is
a
the
book
same
right
thing we
behind
use
it,
in the
I'm sure.
software.
deconstruction. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into the. I doubt you know math, but
Free, hey, Free, can you tell me what the tangent of pi over 4 is?
We can't hear you, man. What'd
Can you
say?
tell me what the tangent of pi over 4 is?
Yeah, I'll answer any questions you have, Blitz. You just gotta.
Sure, what is it?
Yeah,
won't be
what is
good
the
answers,
tangent
but
of
yeah,
pi
he'll
over
answer
4?
Have your friend deconstruction answer my question because I'm not about to.
What
get
is the
her-
tangent of pi over 4, please?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're gonna get the same answer that I got then, Blitz.
This guy's trying to give the wrong kind of tangent. Let's go.
I mean, it's
Good
just
one.
one, right?
How
You know,
dare
Swish.
I don't-
Hey, Blitz,
I
I don't
think
know why
gravity
he's
church is
trying to
hard to get
dunk
away
on me
from.
by asking me physics questions as if I'm the
because
physicist.
you're the one to reference satellites deconstruction zone going over your ball. That was you. You're the one to reference satellites, right?
So I'll answer your question about satellites when you answer my question. How come the software for satellites require the Earth to be globular?
I already told you it doesn't.
Well, you'd be wrong then.
No, I don't. Actually, you can even look
Yeah,
up at NASA. Assume the
you'd
Earth's
be
flat and
you'd be
stationary,
completely wrong.
Hey, Blitz, does NASA assume the Earth's flat, stationary, and non-rotating with
Nope.
a stationary atmosphere, Blitz?
Nope.
All right, cool. So if I show you 4 citations on that, what are you gonna say, bud?
No, I actually know the paper you're referring
cool.
to, and
Hey-
it doesn't
Yeah, I know
doesn't
it's
say
not.
the thing that you want it to say.
Oh, really? It doesn't. So they don't assume a flat plane over stationary.
No, they don't. So that paper
really?
is not describing the shape of the Earth or how global satellite positioning works. What it's doing is talking about how to find positioning in a short range. In a short
Short
range,
range.
a very small
An
amount of
aircraft as
range.
well.
You
you
don't
talking about? It was
need
for a
to.
missile.
In a
It was
very
for
short
aircraft.
range, you don't need to account for your position as long as your
Really?
position is not precise.
Oh,
It was an
Hey,
there's
aircraft
another
model, by the
flag.
way. And there's a more recent
Yeah.
one which does account for the curvature of the
Pause.
Earth.
Yeah,
so-
that's all.
What's up?
Arsler from Sleuth 23 at whatever this timestamp is.
Oh, yep. Yeah, welcome to UA analysis, where we catch slurs in real time. Real time, way out
Sorry.
of time.
A little bit of moderator business. Now back to the clip.
All right, sent.
That's also from like 1970. It's also
Yeah,
true
it's
that
from
the map
1985.
the map that your GPS unit used, the map that Google Maps and Apple uses, all of those maps are spheres. All of them.
That's incorrect, bud.
That's 100% correct. You can download the
incorrect.
model yourself.
Yeah,
It's free on the internet. You can download your own GPS map model, and it's a globe.
I wasn't referencing the airplane. Why no? You're referencing the rigid aircraft. I wasn't referencing that, buddy. I was referencing the hypersonic missiles. They're going over long distance that debunked.
NASA doesn't design hypersonic missiles.
One more time, Blitz. Are you serious? Want me to show you the article, Blitz?
NASA does
Sure.
not design
NASA's not the DoD.
hypersonic missiles.
So one more time, you got F-22s, F-16s, and all their missiles are engineered for a stationary flat atmosphere and plane.
I'm sorry, is that NASA engineering F-16s?
F-16s and F-22s.
Is
their
that
missiles
NASA
are
engineering F-16s?
Blitz, how do I share
This
my
guy
camera?
isn't real.
No, stop
This
laughing,
is
buddy.
like, it's like obviously some defense contractor. Like that's who manufactures all of these things.
Like Lockheed Martin, Boeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blitz, one more time, buddy. Hey, how can I share my screen instead of having you guys giggle? It's kind of
You can just share a link in the chat.
Yeah.
I can share a link in the messages. Right on.
Anyway, you didn't actually address Justin's question, which is why the GPS satellites, the math that goes into the GPS satellites, assumes
It's
the Earth is
not for a
globular.
globe.
I
It
think
is.
I think the answer to the question was nuh-uh. I think that
Yeah.
was what he was doing.
The answer to the question was, but didn't you know that NASA said flat once?
Yeah. Do you know what NASA is? What's the language? Do you know what NASA means in Hebrew?
Oh shit! Cooked.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Let's
wasn't
not get back
referencing
into
Hebrew.
that.
Yeah, we were making fun of you.
Yeah.
They were making a
that
joke
means-
about people that use your talking points.
Hey Blitz,
At your
you know
expense.
what? Hey Blitz, you know what? I can see, bro. How about we do this? How about we compare my science that I can actually go through the scientific method and just actually explain, observe, and actually replicate versus
We
your
could,
science, pseudoscience
we
that
could.
you
But
can
why
actually
don't we do that
replicate.
on my live stream when
Yeah, let's do
when I
that on
talk
your
about
live
flat
stream.
Earth? We
How
can do
many
that.
times
We
have
can do
I
that
invited?
later.
Hey Blitz,
It's
how
not
many
really the
times
topic
have I
here.
invited? How many times have I invited you to my live and you just ghosted, bud?
I don't even know who you are.
Really?
Really?
So, Free, I don't know if you know this, but when you message people who have 400,000 followers, they don't see your message.
467,000 followers,
Because
by the way.
there's 1,000 other people that messaged him before you in literally one day. So messaging a guy on TikTok with over 400,000 followers is the dumbest thing you could do if you want to get a hold of him.
Hey, well, that's kind of ironic because you actually responded to me 3 times, Blitz. But
yeah, what's your TikTok
So-
username? By the way, for what it's worth, I actually do respond to DMs as long as they're not like, as long as they don't send me like a book.
Yeah, he does. That's correct. You
But
said
yeah,
you
what's
were
your
busy.
username on
You said
TikTok?
I don't
you
even
gotta
look at
schedule
mine.
it.
Me neither.
Mhm.
You know,
What's your
too,
username on
too much
TikTok?
Christian love in my DMs.
I know, I get a lot of that too. I delete those. But yeah, just join my Flat Earth Life. I'll do it like next week.
Every time I do that, Blitz, you only debate 2 people. Then you say you gotta go.
Blitz is scared. He's running.
It's not about him running. It's about your time. Is obviously you don't have much free time. So
I'm live for 3 hours, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Well, 3 days a week. So join and
Hey,
tell me
hold
your
on,
TikTok username and I'll bring you up first.
Hey, YouTube mods. YouTube mods. We got a Nazi in the chat. YouTube mods. We got a Nazi in the chat. Hold on.
Oh no.
We
Yeah.
got
So what's your TikTok username? I'll bring you up first next time I do a Flat Earth Live.
sure, it's a free_SVG.
Okay.
I totally forgot the number on top of my head, but
It's fine. It's fine. As long as
Yeah,
you
it's
have free
okay.
in the name, I'll remember it and I'll bring you
Yeah,
up. But it's not really on
sure.
topic for the
But
debate
the
today.
topic was
I'm
about
willing to
original
grant that.
claims.
It seems like you've forgotten a lot of numbers.
Numbers.
Yeah.
Ian, no disrespect, bro, but I don't think you're not even qualified. But
He's got a
would
degree in
give
math.
degree. Yeah.
you have a degree in
Free-
math, Ian.
Yeah.
Free, what do you do for a
Really?
living?
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's your degree in math, Ian?
It's a math degree, an applied math degree. That's
So
the
you-
degree. It's a math degree.
So you have a math degree. What's
You
it
look at
called?
the
I'm pretty
degree,
sure
it
it's not
says
called
mathematics.
So your degree is just called mathematics.
It's
Well, it says
applied
applied math,
mathematics
yeah.
with a
applied
specialization in computational science.
Yeah, cool. Well, maybe you can join that live too, then, Ian, so you can learn something, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so cool. So
Yeah.
my original claim was that
So,
energy obviously
Free,
has some form of design
Free, what do you do?
mind.
Free, I have a easy
I don't need
question
to
that
appeal- I
doesn't
need to appeal-
require any dodging. I'm just really curious to know what you're doing with your intellectual prowess. What do you do for a living?
I'm actually right now trying to write a paper to reconstruct the universe.
No. I mean, what do you do for a job? What do you do for a job?
I mean, I need to appeal to my job. I do HVAC. I don't need to appeal to credentials or anything
Just-
weird like that.
Oh,
I'm,
have we
I'm just
talked before?
curious.
You said what, Blitz?
Have we talked before, Free? Because I
Yes.
feel like I've talked to a Flat Earther
Yeah,
who's an
I've
HVAC
talked-
guy.
Yeah, obviously we talked once or twice before. Yeah, sure. Not about flat
Okay.
Earth though. It was referencing to metaphysics.
Oh,
You
that
should get a
probably
job
didn't
in
go well for a
physics.
Flat Earther.
And revolutionize the whole field.
I study physics, and it's kind of hard to revolutionize when it's a bunch of weird phonies on there, and it's ridiculous, man. But
I mean,
It's
with
hard to revolutionize when everybody else is wrong and I'm the only right one.
no, it's hard to
everybody got it's like every Christian we've ever talked to is the only Christian that knows the theology correctly. You're the only one that knows physics.
Hey, Blitz, Blitz. Right now, if I were to go versus me versus you to actually replicate and give an explanation for gravity,
All
buddy,
right,
who do you
never
think's gonna
mind.
win?
I found
I would win
what I was looking for.
365 days out of the year
Yeah, really? Yeah.
because
One more
I
time.
can
Did you hear what I
do
said?
statistical analysis. Yeah.
Hey, Blitz. Last time I checked, you didn't understand what the 3 fucking contentious parts of a scientific experiment were. Do you remember that part? Nathan had
The
to
3
teach you that.
contentious parts of a scientific experiment.
The
Are you
3
talking about the
constituents.
scientific method?
The constituents.
There
part.
are no 3 constituents of a scientific
really? So there's
experiment.
not
That's
3
not a
constituent
well-defined thing.
Hey, Blitz,
No.
why are you lying to everybody, man? Hey,
Blitz
Blitz.
clearly didn't attend this guy's
I didn't
science
attend-
classroom in
You're right,
6th
you're right,
grade.
Hey, Blitz.
I didn't.
Free,
Blitz,
when are you going to start
science
selling
class.
seminars? Free, sell a physics seminar and teach everyone.
I was being genuine. I am writing a paper to show the inverse relationship, how gravity.
What
is
journal are you
compared
going to submit it to?
Yeah, what journal?
What journal
Which
are you
journal are you
going
gonna
to submit?
No idea.
To? May I recommend Physics Review D?
I have a better question. Can you
Maybe, I don't
name?
know.
Would you mind naming a single scientific journal?
You said what?
Can you give me the name
I
of
don't
a
know.
single
I don't-
scientific journal? Just one.
You mean like a company that like gives you like
just the name of a scientific journal. Just name any scientific journal.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Where do you think papers go?
Sure. You get
You
the
get posted
got
on
papers
Twitter,
on my
Dr.
desk.
Blitz.
I mean, if you're referencing peer review, man, then I mean that's
Twitter
that's
peer
not-
Not
reviewed
scientific
it.
papers.
Is that what you're referencing? Peer review?
I'm talking about where do you think
I'm
Where do you think
thrilled
scientific
that
papers
you're
get
gay,
published?
MB, but at this point you're just fucking
I have
spamming.
no idea. I'm fresh
Knock it
to
off.
this.
I grant that.
You should
That's fine.
probably like get some background in this
I
before
don't
you
think he is gay.
try to
Actually,
revolutionize
I
it.
think he's
You'll have
just
a hard time.
joking.
No, I'm trying to learn math to back it up
It
before I
might
do
be
any of that.
lyrics
Rather
to a
appeal
song.
to credential.
Okay.
I don't
They
appeal to
seem
your
like-
credentials, Blitz. But,
So wait a minute. Actually, that's a good. This is a good segue. What's the tangent of pi over 4?
I'm not sure, Blitz.
That's basic trig. You learn it in what, 8th grade now?
8th grade, really?
Isn't
That's
that
basic.
I feel like that one turns out to be like a nice even one that doesn't have like square roots and shit.
Mm-hmm. It does.
It's either 0, 1 or like a half?
Ian, you're disappointing me. It's 1.
Well, the
Okay,
mathematician doesn't know that. That's weird. 8th grade math.
Yeah.
Blitz just
Yeah,
said
we
that's
don't really
ironic.
do 8th grade math. You know, trig doesn't come up much. At least
Yeah,
not in the classes that I took.
Yep, your classes don't cover 8th grade math. So Blitz, all I was
My
saying is
8th
that-
grade
so
covered
back
8th
to the
grade math, and then I
universe,
didn't
yeah,
need it for the further classes.
Yeah, your Blitz just made you look silly, Ian. But Blitz, all I'm saying is this: so the
I
design
did,
of the
I'm sorry,
universe,
Ian.
the mind,
No,
the
it's
main
okay.
design of the creator. I don't
Sorry,
understand how you
one
can
more
debunk that, Blitz. So one more time, I said that my
Hey,
God,
Jackie, good to see
can't
ya.
Diffuse his energy.
You don't have a god.
It demands
We've
a
already
design-
covered this.
We've already
you
established
hear what
that
I-
your God is a property of physical systems.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
It's not a thing that exists on its own.
Well, it has a mind, obviously, has a creator.
Oh, no, that's something that you haven't proven.
Yeah, prove it.
Well, I mean, I did.
still
you
waiting
just
for
don't
that.
Like it, Blitz. You didn't like
You
it. I said
literally
the
did not.
design of the universe demands a necessity of a creator.
Yeah, prove that it's designed.
Sure, yeah. Can life come from non-life, Ian?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, can you show me the
Wait,
scientific
sorry.
method?
Wait, do you think by what definition would energy be alive?
One more time, Ian. Can you give me the definition of?
Sorry, one more time. By what definition of life would energy be alive?
I said life.
Yeah, so you're saying that life comes from energy, but what's the definition of life that would include energy?
Sure, anything going through the process of change of homeostasis or mitosis.
Does energy go through my
Homeostasis.
Energy does not go through mitosis. Like I don't even think you could call it homeostatic either, because there aren't processes that are happening to like keep it in equilibrium. Like energy just like continues until it has to interact and like disperse its energy into those interactions.
Right.
mitosis?
So it sounds like you think life comes from non-life.
No, one more time, Ian. I said you can't differentiate life from non-life. Can you, Ian? Are you going to pull up abiogenesis?
Wait, so and to be clear, you're saying that like we specifically can't, or that nobody can?
I'm saying that your science has this redundant rule about abiogenesis, where animate evolves from inanimate objects, which you can't actually go through the scientific
But
method.
I
You have
want to
appeal
know,
these theoretical scientific
what do
laws.
you think life would be such that it includes energy? Because your definition doesn't include energy. Energy doesn't undergo mitosis.
Energy doesn't go through a change of events.
It doesn't undergo mitosis. It
Well,
doesn't
wait,
replicate
chemistry
itself.
undergoes
Well,
change
energy-
of
Yeah,
events.
Well, energy
mitosis
transverses, it changes.
is cell division, isn't it?
Wait, am I
Yeah.
wrong? Does energy not change? its
Wait,
transverse-
sorry, is a
That's
rock
biology.
is a rock alive?
No, a rock's not alive.
Does a rock have energy?
I'm sure it did.
This is an easy one.
Does a rock experience mitosis?
Fucking tragedy. Oh no. If
No,
energy
it
is
doesn't.
alive, that means rocks are alive.
Oh, that's not what I said. I said God is energy, and
Yep.
stop trying to strawman me, bro.
Yeah.
Then I
Do
said
rocks have energy?
abiogenesis- Obviously, yeah.
So, and God is alive. Right?
God is alive, or God is alive. God is energy.
Well,
Rocks
that's
have
my-
energy.
That's my entire thing, though. Then we're not
Therefore, God
Rocks
is
are
rocks,
God.
and rocks are alive.
Yeah, rocks are
Yeah.
alive. You think rocks are alive?
W
saying
rock.
God- I mean, I think rocks have energy, sure. Now, does
Mhm.
that energy give you supplemental consciousness? No, it doesn't. It's not analogous. No.
Are
Did
they
you say
alive?
Is-
supplemental
energy- sure.
consciousness?
He did.
Yeah, it doesn't have supplemental consciousness, does
I
it?
think you could use a consciousness supplement, to be perfectly honest with you.
I mean, you guys can giggle all you want, man, but at the end of the day, you guys can't show.
No,
or
it was just a
demonstrate-
sick burn. That's all.
Hey Blitz, real quick, Blitz. I'm gonna name you 3 questions, Blitz. If you could do one of them, I'm gonna drop your pen. All right, Blitz. Can you show anybody right now or demonstrate a gravitational orbital mechanics without
I'm gonna
appealing to
drop your
YouTube or NASA?
panel.
B, can you represent water sticking to a ball without appealing or NASA or using a thing and questioning as
Can you
reference to
create
prove
a
the point?
planet
Or C, Blitz, can you actually prove that?
and demonstrate gravity? That's what he's asking for. He wants it. Can you make a ball the size of a planet so we can see that it attracts to the Earth?
Yep.
Like,
They
he doesn't even
always
understand
do.
what he's asking. It's so disingenuous. And I really can't. I mean, Poe's law, right? I can't tell if he really thinks that's good line of arguing, or if he honestly thinks it, or if he's just trolling. I don't know. Or if he's just trying to make, he knows it's bullshit and he's just trying to make it seem like he knows what he's talking about. So
Yeah, who the hell knows? I used to think that all the flat earthers were just fucking trolling, and eventually I realized, holy fuck, some of them actually believe this shit. So,
yeah, true.
You know, it's like that one rapper dude that Professor Dave went up against.
Oh yeah, the one
Lord
that's like
Jamar.
crying about all the heat that came down on him.
He fucking hard believes this shit. You know,
he does.
Like, he hard believes it, and I was just like, that's nuts. But you know, a lot of them do.
Space is real without a congenital barrier, or in other words, container for gas pressure. Can you do either one of those?
Well, either is typically used to refer to two things, and you list
Can you do any of them?
He just proved
But yeah, I could just go get like a tennis ball and dunk it in water, and there'd be water sticking to it.
Yeah, that's not proving gravity, Blitz. That's proving surface.
That wasn't what you said. You said, can you demonstrate water sticking to a ball?
Free, you're confused
Can
about your
you?
own question.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah, I can just go get a ball and dunk it in water, and water will
Yeah.
be sticking to it.
Yeah. So hey, Blitz, if we do that and you wait a couple of hours, is the water still going to be in the ball?
It depends on how humid it is.
Yeah, it evaporates. You know, evaporation.
The oceans would dry up
Is
too.
the water going to fall off the ball?
It made
Blitz?
everything 1-to-1.
No.
Really? So if you dunk a
Really.
fucking tennis ball in water, it's not going to fall off the tennis ball.
Well, some of it will, but
So
the whole
some of
thing
it's
will
gonna
remain
fall
wet.
off.
Yeah, you
Some of
said
it, yeah.
any water sticking to a ball. This would be demonstrating some water sticking to a ball.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So one more time, Blitz. Do we live on a tennis ball?
No, we live on a globe.
Okay, cool.
Which is like a
that's
tennis
not
ball in
analogous.
that they're both
That's not
spherical.
analogous, is it?
No, they're very analogous, actually.
Blitz,
they're
Blitz,
actually
how-
like exactly analogous. They're both
Blitz,
spherical.
you're representing surface tension, right? That's not analogous. What we
Yes,
observe.
I'm
We-
representing a
this-
force causing water to stick to a ball.
Yeah, well,
which is
is
the
that-
same thing that's causing water to stick to the earth, a force.
Really? So surface
Yep.
tension is this what's keeping the ocean on the ground?
Nope, I said a force is doing it.
What's the force?
Gravity, of course.
Cool. Represent the force that you're trying to prove for the fourth fucking time, Blitz.
That wasn't what
Not
you
surface
asked.
tension.
Dr.
That
Blitz,
wasn't
you
what
need
you
to
asked.
recreate gravity.
Hey, RP, pause it
You
for a
didn't ask for
second.
that. You asked
Blitz,
for.
one more-
You know what always fucking gets me about this whole water sticking to a ball thing? It's so fucking ironic that if you actually took all the water off the planet, it wouldn't actually be a fucking ball. It's only actually a sphere because of the fucking water. You know, because the oceans are just like giant caverns, and it would be like a misshapen.
Well, even if you
You
even
know?
if you took all the water out and like you measure all the way down to Mariana's Trench, I believe the Earth at that scale would still be smoother than a cue ball on like a billiard table.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Really, I've heard differently, actually.
Well, I mean, it
But
is misshapen. I mean, if you take
Yeah.
all the water out, I mean, it's
I mean,
not
an
a
oblate
perfect sphere.
spheroid. It's slightly like squished, but like
It bulges, and there's also places where the gravity is stronger. Like Blitz has shown in some of his videos.
I'll have
Yeah.
to find the clip of Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about it, because he was
What, the pear?
talking about, huh?
They take everything he says so literally. Like if he says it's pear-shaped, like he meant like if you destroyed everything, and amplify it, it would be that's what it would look like. But then flat earthers went around after Neil deGrasse Tyson said it was pear-shaped. That's when that meme came out of a pear with the globe mapped
Yeah.
onto it. they take everything
Yeah,
literally.
this is he was talking to someone else. I think it might have been Stephen Colbert. I'm not sure. And he said that if you actually took all the water off the planet, it would just be like, I mean, it would have like a general like globe shape, but it would have so many bites taken out of it that we wouldn't really call it a globe. You know, he said it would take
Who said that?
eons for Neil deGrasse
NBC.
Tyson. He said
Oh.
it would take eons if you like took all the water off the earth. It would take eons for the gravity to form it back into a sphere. I mean, eventually it would, but that
I think I get what he's saying.
yeah.
Oh.
Mariana's Trench is only 7 miles deep. You think about that, like in terms of like how
Yeah, but the
how
oceans are
deep the Earth
fucking
is.
big,
Yeah, but
and the
like
mountains
still,
are
it
tall.
only goes down to 7 miles, and Mount Everest isn't the tallest, right? Isn't like K12 or K something the actual tallest mountain?
Yeah, it's like a mountain. If you go
Mhm.
from like the top of the mountain to the center of the earth, it's a mountain in South America.
Mhm.
That's the tallest mountain.
And a lot of the land is concentrated in, you know, just a couple of places.
But like,
really.
well, and then like the continents themselves are like these ancient, I forget what they're called, orogenies, or they have like these ancient like big conglomerations of
No,
land.
DNA. Do you have that? Because that's what we're talking about.
Anyways, it's more like lily pads floating on the surface of a pond, and the continents just, you know, kind of they as they bump into each other, they change each other's shape and you know, crash into each other and whatnot. But I think that's what he was saying, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think he was saying that if you remove the oceans, for everything to smooth back out without the water there would take a long time. But I don't know. I'd have to see the clip.
I only saw it once. I don't even remember who the hell he was talking to.
Yeah, so if we try to take like
I'll
the
have to see if I
highest
can
point
find
of
it.
the crust versus like the lowest point of the crust, you know, right now I'm getting Mount Everest as being the highest point, not in terms of like being like the mountain structure, but like it goes 5.5 miles above sea level, and that's estimating up. It's closer to like 5.489999 or whatever. But and the lowest point from sea level is Mariana's Trench, which is approximately 7 miles down. So, you know, 5 plus 7, that's 12.5, or yeah, 5.5 plus 7 is 12.5, I believe. So 12.5 miles of difference from the highest point to the lowest point. And we take that versus the diameter of the Earth, and whether you take like equatorial diameter or the polar diameter. Sorry, the equatorial is 7,926 miles, and the polar diameter is 7,900. So really, we're going to be getting around the same value. But that 12 divided by that is such a small number. It's insignificant. So like when you're actually viewing the planet at distance, like you would just not notice the water being gone. There's that little of a difference in depth and height.
I can see that.
Yeah, if you ever find that clip, just send it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll react to Neil deGrasse Tyson giving potentially bad physics.
we'll live debunk Neil deGrasse Tyson. That'll be a real feather in our cap.
Right.
showing that you can have water sticking to a ball, which I gave you an example of how you can easily do this. Now, if you
With the
want
thing
evidence
that you're
that
trying to
gravity is
prove,
real,
Blitz, with the
if you
thing you're
want
trying to prove.
evidence that gravity is real, that's a separate conversation. We have plenty of evidence of that too. But look, I mean, like, you're probably just going to be like, well, I didn't read the paper, but it's fake. So we probably won't
Hey,
get
Blitz,
very far.
one more time, Blitz. Anything that
To
you
be
believe-
clear, I already answered one
If
of your 3
gravity
questions,
is
which is what
real,
you asked me to do.
If gravity is real, show me
Mhm.
you using the thing that you're claiming is what's keeping our water on our globe.
So, do you
Demonstrate
understand
that
what
shit.
gravity is supposed to be? Because if you understood that, you would understand that gravity requires a lot of mass in order to produce substantial forces.
Blitz,
Now,
you don't even know
it's
what
hard to
gravity is,
acquire. You don't. Sure, I do. It's
No, you
really hard
don't.
to get like a few trillion kilograms
clearly
in a
does.
laboratory. So we use other forces.
Hey, Blitz, I mean, I'm glad Blitz on TikTok knows what gravity is and debates people for TikTok, but every other
I do know what
physicist who has
gravity is, yeah.
any intellectual integrity can attest that they don't even know what the fuck it is.
If
Neil
gas
deGrasse-
Well,
pressure is real, then why doesn't it fucking explode me?
Hey, allegedly, can I ask you a
What's
question?
why am I not exploding right now
Hey,
if gas pressure is real?
alright, so-
Why isn't that happening?
Hey, Ian, are you a science?
I already asked you a question. Why am I not blowing up right now from gas pressure?
Because you're contained, Ian.
Because I'm contained in gas pressure. Why it should be crushing me right now? Why isn't it?
Because you're scientifically literate. That's
Ian
why.
is so
Because I'm sorry. Do you think that's an answer to the question?
Yeah,
I'm
so
just
one
trying to
more
get the
time. Hey,
explanation. Why am I not
Ian.
getting crushed alive by all this
Ian,
gas pressure?
are you a
I'm
science
surrounded by
nerd?
gas. Why is it not crushing me?
Hey, Ian, are you a science denier?
Sorry, do you think that this is an answer to my question? I'm going to take that as dodge number 1. Let's
Ian,
get
are
try
you
number
a science
2.
denier?
Why, if gas pressure exists, why am I not getting crushed by it?
Because the PSI isn't enough to crush a human.
Oh, yeah, and the gravity isn't enough to make the water stick to the tennis ball.
So
God, Ian is
you
brilliant.
can't prove gravity making water stick to a ball. Thanks for playing, Ian. So do me
No,
a quick
yeah, if you got
favor, are
a
science
big enough
denier?
ball, you could.
Yeah, Ian, are you a science denier?
Like as soon as Free like falls into Ian's bait, like Ian drops the character voice and goes like, boom, gotcha.
Mhm. Yeah.
Gravity isn't enough for the water to stick to the tennis ball. Like so like I love Ian's tactics. They pay off so often.
Right? Like he thinks it out. Like he knows exactly like which buttons. Like I don't know if it's just mirroring the shit right back at them, and that's just where it starts. But like he's definitely thought it through and knows what's effective and what's. And I don't know if it just comes from that. When he talks about debating on where he cut his teeth on Discord debating, and it's like cutthroat there. But it's effective. It really is.
All the dog shit rhetoric that you learn on Discord.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I mean, that's what these kids are. That's what convinces these kids. It's just like, it's like a bully. It's like a kid's playground or something. You know, they just bully each other, and that's what gets you respect. Is like how well you can play this game and bully other people. But Ian's good at it.
Yeah. Well, and I love when Ian and Blitz kind of like talk about how like that rhetoric evolved from Discord, and they bring up kind of a fun concept of it, like actually going through like some sort of natural selection through these debates, like the tactics that work, like get it adopted by people and used more regularly, so they're more likely to be heard by other people, and so then they just get perpetuated more.
It's almost like swatting flies, though, like in a sense, like for these guys, like for the flat earthers and the Christians, like and the theists, like they're like in an arms race in a sense. They're losing and they're going to keep losing, but it's just, oh my god, hold on, I'll be right back.
I
You
guess
guys
we
can go on
can
without me for a
keep
second.
playing. Yeah, cool.
Nope.
Can you attest that gas particles move in random motion?
Say it again.
Can you attest and agree that gas particles move in random motion?
What do you mean by random?
They move. There's no bias. They move up and as equally as they go down. Can you attest to that? Yes or no?
Do you mean like a quantum sense?
Sure.
I think
doesn't
that
know
things
what
have
that
like
means.
upspin and downspin.
No, he's
but
talking. He's asking. Does gas feel the force of gravity? Is what he's asking.
does it feel the force of gravity? Well, gravity is an extremely weak force. I don't know if you knew that.
So to answer my question, do gas particles move in random motion, Ian?
Do they move? I do probably not.
The answer is yes, Ian. They move randomly.
No, I hold
I'm sorry, can
to
you prove that for me?
necessitarianism.
Yeah, sure. I can give you kinetic theory, gas particles, equiportion theorem. The definition.
Sorry,
of gas
sorry.
particles,
Which theorem? Equiportion theorem. Want to try reading
Yeah.
that word again?
Just
From your
listing
ChatGPT notes.
listing things that you don't know what they are doesn't make you sound smart, guy.
It's the deconstruction. You don't know what they are because you don't fucking.
I
study
agree. I
He
don't
doesn't-
know
he
what any of
doesn't
those
need to,
things
That's why
are.
I'm here.
So
He
if
doesn't
you
need
don't know,
to. I don't know
if you
anything about like Isaiah 43 or whatever.
Hey Blitz, real quick. Do gas particles move in random motion, Blitz?
Depends on the environment. If they're in
Cool.
a if they're in a linear potential well, then no, there will be a bias.
Cool.
And
So is
to
there a
Ian's
bias in-
point,
and-
Ian's point is not whether or not they move. He's challenging your use of the word random.
Yeah, depends how we define that term.
So randomly, it means is there a bias direction? For
Oh
the
my
gas
God,
particles?
guys, free. Can you name a natural science?
You said what in actual science?
A natural science.
Like what? Like as natural science? Like to study a study of natural science?
And no, like give me an example of a natural science.
Oh, here it comes.
A natural science example? I don't know what the hell that even means.
Oh my God.
Would you say that plantology is a natural science?
Oh my gosh! So I did debate this guy, dude.
He's the plantology dude.
It's a plantology guy.
Hey, one more time. Hey, just so you know, Blitz, it used to get
No
called
way.
back then. It was called plantology, Blitz. You know that, right?
It's
Now
been a
called-
minute.
Back you said you studied plantology in high school.
That's an actual thing. Blitz,
Botany?
and
No, it's
plantology.
not.
Hey,
Botany is a
Blitz,
thing. Plantology
Blitz.
isn't.
Hey, Blitz, quick question: Are you actually literate?
Yeah, I'm literate.
All right, cool. What
I don't know
happens
if
when
you are.
Hey, Blitz, what happens when you add ology to the end of a sentence or a
It
word?
doesn't just invent new words.
Hey, Blitz, if I add the word ology, what is that the root for?
Is he trying to
It's
say
a-
same plant?
Ology means study of.
Study
Exactly.
Ology means
So
study
if I
of.
say
But that
plantology, it's the study of plants, you moron.
no,
Oh
that
my
doesn't make it a
God.
word.
You can't
It
just
doesn't
make up
make it
new
a
words
word.
like
It's actually a root word, and you can look it up if
Free.
you want.
Free. I think you should just admit that you didn't know what natural sciences
Botany.
were and you just made it up.
You don't think I know natural science, Blitz?
Clearly
No,
you
you-
don't. You
you
literally
guys call
said
it
you don't.
botany.
Like three seconds ago.
And you fought me on
Botany-
this before. You wanted me
Blitz,
to define it
botany.
for you because you
Stop
didn't know
running.
what the word
Stop
was.
Does that make what we're doing right now freeology? Because we're studying free and how he works.
Oh my
Right.
God, I think so.
Exactly.
We're getting our PhD in phreology.
Oh my God, we're freeologists. Can I return my degree? I'd like to
Instead
pick
of
a new
being
one.
PhD free, we're gonna be free PhDs.
The PhD candidates in freeology. Oh goodness.
Running, Blitz, answer the question. Do gas particles move in random motion, Blitz?
I've already
you-
answered that. If they're
in
in
the
a linear
Earth,
potential,
do we
yeah.
observe in Earth?
Yeah,
in
if
our
you're in a linear
atmosphere,
potential,
are they
yeah,
random?
which we are. We are in a linear potential.
So
Yeah, we
is it
do
random?
observe this.
So it's random.
There's a bias. It's statistical, but there is a bias. Yeah.
So there's a bias for gas particles, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let me ask
This
you.
is observable in a laboratory, by the way.
Sure, I am not discarding. I do agree with you. There is a bias of Earth's electric field. That gives it a bias.
Oh, the Earth's electric field. So, Free, to be clear, this is not a flat Earth debate live. If you want to talk about that, you can join my live later. But
Blitz,
do you
your
want to
friend asked me a
substantiate?
question about gas
Do you want?
pressure. Why aren't we?
Do you want to? No,
scientifically
because he
literate?
was memeing on you. Do you want to substantiate the claim that the universe is designed without just asking a question? Like, do you actually want to present an argument, or should we just move on to another guest?
I already.
Dumbassology. I love the chat on days like this.
Dumbassology.
I'm a weedologist.
More time,
Oh
Blitz.
yeah,
The
like I
atom-
said,
the
Free
uni-
gets his own field of study, phreology.
Oh no way.
Hmm.
Oh Gretchen, you made the joke that we made in real time here. That's great.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Nice.
Remember
That's
that.
awesome.
First is that
Great minds think alike, huh?
I
All right.
guess so.
designed very strategically. You don't have too much one gas, right? Or actually,
Wait, what's the argument? What's the argument?
That is designed. That's the
No,
fucking.
no, that's the
argument, Blitz.
conclusion. What's the argument? How do you
That
get
a
to the
design
conclusion?
demands a designer, Blitz. That's the
No, no,
argument.
that's the conclusion is that it's designed.
Oh my God.
How do you
no,
know
the
it's
argument
designed?
is that it needs a designer. Every design needs a designer.
That's the
You got-
conclusion. Free?
Holy fuck! No,
What's
the
the
conclusion is that it's
argument that
designed.
demonstrates
Oh.
the conclusion?
The argument is that
The
everything's
conclusion
Oh,
is that
yeah.
it has a designer. The argument is that if it's designed, then it has a designer. And the second premise is
Oh.
that it is
There's
designed. We're
nobody
asking for the
singing super
justification to
about
think
free.
that it is
Butter.
designed.
I already told you 10
There's
times.
nobody
guys.
on
You guys
fire.
are like walking.
It's designed because it has a designer, Ian.
Of course.
Design a
Oh,
plan of
and that's
your
why it
life.
also has, because it's designed, it has a designer, and it's designed, it has a designer because it's designed. Oh.
Ian, do you genuinely think that you evolved through a big astronomical accident? Is that truly what you believe?
Sorry, do you actually think that you're giving any sort of evidence?
The laziest straw
Answer
man
the
ever.
question, Ian.
Do you think that this is any evidence at all for energy being
Sure,
a designer?
have it your
Energy
way.
having a mind?
Ian,
The
have it
universe
your
being
way.
designed?
Have it your way, Ian. Everything's strategically put in this universe, but in Ian's brain,
Hey, why
it
isn't my
came from a
power cable
cosmic-
working?
I don't know.
W.
Nice.
All right, listen, Free. This has been an exciting conversation,
work,
but we've had you up
Really
now
has
for
been.
like an
It's
hour,
been quite delightful.
and we've got
guys
quite a
can't
few
even defend
people waiting to get into the guest
Wait,
box, and
can you guys
it
defend
sounds like
yourself?
you don't actually have a good argument. We were hoping you'd provide a good argument, and you didn't really bring one, but
So my
we'll
argument
be
was that
live
everything's
again next
strategically
Sunday.
put in
You
time.
you can come back next Sunday with maybe a more polished
Cool.
argument and try again.
Cool, pure to intellectual aptitude, buddy. Yeah, that sounds.
And that's Free. Was that the first
Uh,
time Free called into UA?
I don't think so. Well, for me, yeah, I
I
think it was the
think
first time he
s- I
called into
think-
UA.
Maybe because there wasn't the plantology thing, on UA too.
Was it on
I
UA
thought
or
that
was
was
it
on
on Blitz's
Blitz's.
live?
Like the
Yeah.
first time he said it. The
Yeah,
first
I
time
think
he
it was
said, like,
earlier in the week that he was on Blitz's, and that was the first time they'd met. And then he comes to UA this weekend. That weekend.
I think the first time they met was on Platinum Peterson video because
Oh, I didn't know they
Peterson
met
brought
before.
Blitz in to like fact check some stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. I think that's how Free found Blitz in the first place. At least that's time wise it worked out like that. So
Do you guys have any other calls that you know of off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head.
no,
Man, I
would
wish I could
say-
remember his name. There was one where Justin debated a preacher, or I mean a pastor, like a couple of years ago. Like first he had the kid on. He had like some kid that was like 18 on, like debating him, and the kid like brought his pastor that was like sitting there side by side, and then so he couldn't conclude the argument, so he passed the phone over to the pastor, and Justin just fucking annihilated this guy. It was
Oh, I
hilarious.
remember that one. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was on Justin's live though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I legit just went to the one thing and that one site and searched plantology,
Oh,
and I
sure.
was like, "That's the one I want to watch."
Yeah. That's a good way to search for it. Let me think of like. Oh, I know there's some. I just can't remember some of these guests' names. There was the one Nazi dude
Yeah.
that would always
if
be.
if you can remember a keyword, you can go to filmot.com.
Uh-huh.
FILMOT.com. It'll let you put in the name of the channel that you want to search, and you can put in a keyword and then just like search auto captions, and it'll show you everywhere on that channel where they have ever said the word plantology, or if you want to, if you ever send in a super chat or something and you put in RP
Right.
and see if
I'm gonna see if I can find the name of one of them that I.
yeah. Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go take a bathroom break. So.
I don't know. I can't find it. RP, you just want to start on you can just pick a different, or just continue on in the same video to the next call if you want.
What do you did you guys like any calls from today? Could kind of touch on, I enjoyed that Danny was filling in for Ian.
Yeah, we can go with do one of those. There was a few good ones today. I can't remember everybody's name though. Off the top of my head, my suck at names.
Here, this one was kind of uniquely frustrating. If it'll load.
Factory, and you can even get an apron that says "Cooking with Doug." It's good.
I love that.
All right, let's get Moro in here. I hope I said that name right. I assume it's like tomorrow.
Good morrow to you.
How you doing, Moro?
Hello. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Are you at least 18, and do you believe in God?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Awesome. Which one?
So, I wanted to discuss about the
Which
argument that Danny was running.
Gonna grab some water.
Oh,
We'll
I'm
be right
Christian.
back.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So, Danny, do you think that in these two worlds, you can have one world that has a greater amount of positive properties, and that's why God chose it? So there wouldn't be any arbitrary choice?
Yeah, if he thinks that the God plus creation is better than a world where it's just God alone, then the point is that given that, right, he's not unable to do differently if you fix his omnibenevolence as the kind of thing that God's decision making is based on the good or what's better or worse.
Well,
right. So
presumably, we want to say something like omnibenevolence is going to be the type of thing that is going to want a greater amount of positive properties over the negation, which is like a privation or privations, right? And if that's the case, then any world that God chooses to, actualize, it is going to be the type of thing that is going to have a greater amount of positive properties over the other world. So you can form this in a set, and you're going to get an n-tuple that is going to have a greater amount of positive properties of the world B. So then there is no arbitrary choice for God.
Right, but the thing is that if the reason for why he chooses one over the other is there, right, then it eliminates the possibility of doing differently.
It kind of eliminates his agency.
Well, I'm fine. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you're understanding freedom, but a lot of people want to say that God could have chosen not to create.
I don't think God has libertarian freedom or that type of free will, because I think that it's going to lead to potency, and then there's a contradiction.
Okay, do you think God could have chosen not to create at all?
And by that we mean what exactly? He could
doesn't
have
create everything. There's just God, nothing else.
That's logically possible, but he wouldn't choose that.
Okay, but can God make basically can God choose not to create is what I'm asking.
I said it's logically possible.
Okay, how is it possible? How is it logically possible given that a world with there's creations would make it to where God would view those worlds as better than a world without him?
Well, given the fact that in these types of things, there is going to be a less amount of positive properties, and that is why he chose to create, or, not to actualize any worlds over the one that it's just by himself. And that's just one reason for that.
Yeah, but then you do, the thing is that if God always does or only actualizes what's best, and there's if a world where it's just him is not as good as a world where it's him plus creation, then given that understanding of omnibenevolence, right, then it's not possible for God to refrain from creating.
Well, when I invoke positive properties, I'm not making any normative claims about them being good or
Okay, but my question, my premises are normatively framed.
So then the question is just confused, because like these worlds can both be good, equally good, but one is going to have a greater amount of positive properties, and that's why God.
Okay, the positive properties. I'm not so sure.
The positive properties.
Okay, well then now it sounds like what you're saying is that the world where God chose to create, and a world where He doesn't create are equally as good, right? Insofar as that. Okay, and so now
but the world that He doesn't create, like the world that He's alone, is going to have a greater amount of positive properties over the.
Okay,
world
I don't know the positive properties. The point is that the only sense of positive that matters is the sense.
Like, think of an ice cream cone. Like, if you have more positive properties, like more like, toppings put onto it, like that's going to be like more valuable than just like an ice cream cone with like a single scoop of vanilla. And so like the question is, what is better? Like, even though like there isn't like anything negative about like an ice cream cone versus an ice cream cone with all these properties or toppings, like you can still kind of give that that observation that like one has more value. And
Right.
I think that's really what Danny's trying to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Sense of positive that's parasitic on the good, right? If the sense of positive is not, and in other words, in terms of God's decision making,
I don't think so. I would disagree.
No, that's the only sense of positive that's relevant to my argument, right? Because if you
mean, but all you just asking is if they're equally good, then yeah, but that's not
they're
why
equally
God
good.
chooses to create over world 1 over world B.
Sorry, repeat that.
I said that is not the only reason as to why God chooses to create world A over world B.
Okay, so God has other things that motivate Him other than the good.
Yeah, I said those are going to be the amount of positive properties that a world is going to possess.
Okay, so does He not think that in virtue of those positive properties that He's going to choose? He's going to consider that world to be better to actualize over another?
Yeah.
Okay, so then so then
but
I don't
better
see.
Doesn't mean good. But better doesn't mean good.
Better is
better means more good.
Yeah, it means more good. Exactly.
No, we can define it in such a way that it just means that it has a greater amount of positive properties. That's all.
No, that's not how I'm defining it. I'm defining it in terms of good, not in terms of positive properties.
So then both worlds are going to be equally good. So there wouldn't be a world that's better than the other.
Well, here's what I'm asking. So whatever these positive properties are, whatever you mean by positive, that's fine.
I can define them if you like.
But I don't think it'll matter, because I think the crux of the issue is that does God think that if that factors into God's decision making, right? Then He's got to consider that to be explanatory in terms of why He does one thing over another. And it does it, and thus, if God is, when you're making a decision, right? I just take decision making to be about goals, ends, and that's a normative notion, right? So when you make a decision for one thing over another,
you don't make,
right?
I mean, when you make a decision, you don't introduce axiological values, or axiological.
No, they have to. No, their values are. When you make a decision, you have to have a value, in my view, right? Yeah.
Okay, you think values are normative?
Yes.
Wait, so okay.
That seems kind of like definitionally true.
Some people think that you can have
disagree,
values and duties, and you can separate duties from values. I don't think that. Right. I take a teleological view.
I think that's just going to go to a different tangent. I'm not.
The point is that even if I'm wrong, even if there is a distinction between values and duties, right? The point is that God is primarily motivated by the good. His for lack of a better word, duties are going to be a function of that good.
And what do you define as a function?
So, if I am, let's say, a utilitarian, which is that what
Yep.
I should
Yeah, I
do
know
is a
what it is.
function of some end, namely happiness, right? So, but
Okay, so you're taking like
deontology.
utility calculus. Okay.
Well,
That's
no,
what
well,
you
that's
mean?
an example of a teleological view, right? You don't have to be a utilitarian is a type of teleological view.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm trying to understand
Okay.
what you mean by function. That's why I asked
Function
for
and,
clarity. Then you brought up
that duties
utilitarianism.
are aimed at an end, right? So Kant and others, deontologists, right, want to say that duties are not aimed at anything, right? You just have a duty. Okay? So like you should take care of your family. It's not to make them happy. It's not because you care about human life. It's not because you love them. It's you just have that duty, right? I understand duties as a function of some end because they're valuable, they're good, or they have some there's some end there that you have a duty to take care of them, right? Now, but even if I'm wrong about that, I think what omnibenevolence does is essentially applies a teleology here that a good God's obligations or duties or normative states are functional to what he prioritizes, namely the good, gives his omnibenevolence. So you get a teleological view, even if it's not in practice. Yeah.
So perhaps a question that's worth asking, just to get at the heart of this, is: do you think that God does things that are not good?
No, I don't think that.
And just
you're a Christian?
just so that I'm not
Need something
just
to
clarify. What I mean is does things that there's anything that God does that is not somehow positive rather than, say, neutral or negative?
Does God do stuff that are what exact? What did you repeat there?
Does God ever any action that God takes, could it leave the world neutrally valuable from God's perspective?
From God, no, because then that's
Okay,
just
so
to say
every
that God
action that
actually
God takes leaves the
something
world
that is not going to
in
be
a
good,
better place as far as value?
presumably.
So what if people are saying that like God is like the sustainer of like every moment, and so like with every moment passing, if the universe isn't or creation isn't heading like towards like a better state, I guess, quote unquote, then you can't say that like God's action is good, or like you can never say that like any moment to any moment is like a neutral change. It always has to be heading in the direction of good. I think that's kind of following from the argument they're making here.
So when God creates the world, the sum total of reality, God plus the world, is more valuable now.
Yep, that's why it has.
So
a
it
greater
seems like
amount
that
of
there's an
positive properties.
obligation that God couldn't not do that.
That's the whole point. That's why I said I disagree with that. And then I said we're gonna go into like a whole different point that I'm not interested in discussing.
The
If
teleological stuff.
axiological
Well, wait a
claims
minute, but
are
you just agreed that it
normative.
is. But you just agreed that it's better and that it's more valuable.
Yeah, I can agree that it's better in the sense that it has a greater amount of positive properties, but that doesn't mean now it's
you
an
agreed that it's
obligation or a
You
duty.
agreed that it's better in the sense that it's more valuable.
And by value would just mean it has like a great amount of
Whatever
axiological
God values,
claims.
the things that God
Here-
views
here's-
as
Well, let's
valuable.
just to say,
Moro,
it's
this
just a
is
greater
where
amount of
my confusion
axiological
is.
claims.
I don't know what it means to say that two worlds are equally as good, right? But that's to say they're equally as valuable. But there's something about one world, right, that makes God think that that's better to actualize over another, because that sense of better is divorced from the kind of evaluative claims that God or beliefs that God has about each world. That is
You can
that
value,
is what I'm not
do you
understanding.
agree that you can value things that are, let's just say not good in a sense?
You'd
Is
have
it
to have
possible?
competing. You could have. That's possible, and only under the condition that you have competing desires, which God doesn't have, presumably.
And what do you mean by competing desires?
So a smoker values to stop smoking, yet they also value to smoke, and they have a kind of second order belief that one of their values is better than the other, right? That they value more to stop smoking, but they have a weakness of will, right? So it's so addicting. They're
Then
not
I
in
don't really
control.
understand. But look, I mean, I think we can get clarity
You don't
on the
understand
whole
that?
point that no. So
So
let's just get
you understand that? Wait, I want to just.
How do you not understand that? But you're capable of having like you're making a fairly sophisticated case here. Not to say it's a good case, but perhaps a sophisticated or deep one. But you don't understand the analogy.
You have the smokers have competing values, right? They know smoke. They want to stop smoking, right? Yet they also want to smoke. They're conflicted.
They want to start. Wait, they want to stop smoking and they do not. Is that what you said?
They want to stop smoking, but they also want to stop. They also want to smoke.
Yeah, that because
they're addicted.
What you're saying. Then I don't understand because like you're
okay.
Like,
maybe diet. You've been on a diet before?
Maybe because like all you're saying, like what I'm understanding is you're saying that they want to stop smoking and they do not want to stop smoking. That's all you're saying there, and that's like a contradiction. So I don't know what that means.
No, it's not. It's not contradictory. It's opposed. They're two different desires.
Wait, P and not P is not a contradiction.
No, they have two different
P and not P.
They have listen. You're not being charitable to me, right? They have a desire that's
they're not directly P and not P, because like one is I want to smoke to fulfill like this addiction craving, and then the other is I want to not smoke to fulfill being more healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're not directly saying I want to be healthy and not healthy. They're saying that these desires are at conflicts, but the goals aren't necessarily in conflict.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish I could be a non-smoker, but I don't want to quit smoking.
Yeah, because I mean it's tied to so many other things. It's tied, like when I go out, like even if I'm not thinking about having a cigarette, but if I'm gonna go out and walk the dog, or if I'm gonna drive somewhere, I'm just gonna have a cigarette when I do those activities, and they're calming. And I don't know, like I don't even think about it. Like it's like I didn't intend to have a cigarette. It's just what I do when I do those activities, or like after I get done eating sometimes. You know? But if I do want to quit smoking, but I'm going to take steps towards doing that. Maybe, you know, take a medication or something, because I definitely want to be healthy and I want to stop this habit. But before I reach that goal, I realize that I'm going to have cigarettes, because quitting cold turkey would be painful. So, like, yeah, I mean, it's a conflict of desires.
Yeah, and also like us as humans, like we have the capability of acting irrationally. Like we're not bound by like infinite knowledge. So like, you know, irrationality is definitely like a potential action we can take. God here, on the other hand, like cannot act irrationally.
Right.
God would be bound by these specific properties that these theists are trying to ascribe to him.
Yeah.
It has to be coherent in order for the world to make sense.
Because if God can act irrationally, then like there's no reason for why God made us, or for why you know the universe is such a way. If there's no reason, then like, you know, there's really no way to be able to claim the belief.
Right.
So let's see if they touch on that, or they go another route.
Numerically distinct from a different desire. Okay, that one desire is a desire to smoke. That other numerically distinct desire is a desire to smoke. Right. That's not contradictory. It's not referring to the same desire.
One is saying one says I want to smoke, and the other one says I don't want to smoke, right?
Yeah, you have two different desires. They're opposing.
Okay, great. So we can see this, right? Let's say X wants to smoke, and
there's a
X
biblical
does not
example
want
of this:
to
the
smoke.
spirit and the flesh,
It's not a
right? The spirit and the flesh compete. Sorry, what?
Wait, so
Look,
let's just get clarity.
Moro, the
You
point
saying
is that this is very dumb, and I can't believe that you're dying on this hill. But the point is that the smoker wants to reap the benefits of not smoking. They want to be healthy, or they want social acceptance, whatever it might be. And so they desire to fulfill, in order to meet that end, they desire to take certain actions, and that certain action involves not smoking. On the other hand, they also desire to not be miserable right now, which they would be if they stopped smoking. So to meet that end, they have to do something. So they desire to smoke. They desire to smoke to meet
You
the
don't
end of not being
understand that's just a
miserable.
whole
They
different
desire to not smoke to meet the end of being
proposition.
healthy or being socially accepted, whatever it is. And so there are two different desires because the end,
Great,
like,
those
the
are just
ends,
two different
the desires are in
propositions. That's why
conflict
it's
because
not a
the ends are distinct.
Sorry, what was that, Mora?
Okay, great. Wait, okay, I don't get the whole point with the ends, but these two things that you just gave
Oh
are
my
two different
God.
propositions, and granted, they're not going to be a
They're not
contradiction, but what Danny gave,
propositions.
Like how did he not understand the point about the ends where
Right?
like we saw where that was going and paused and talked about it, and then they talked about it. Like it was so apparent that like is where the conversation was going.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like Moro was just like being like dishonest and like intentionally obtuse here, or if like they're actually incapable of tracking what's going on.
I don't. Yeah, or maybe he's nervous or something. But it did seem like I couldn't believe he had just admitted it. Like I would have stopped him right there. And be like, well, if you didn't understand, but because that's clearly what he's doing. He's just kind of, it's like he's like he's just like taking L after L after L and just keeps plowing
That's every
forward.
call.
What?
That's just every call. I don't think there's ever been like in unsuccessive L like
Right.
call in UAE history. When
That's right.
you're
Like
batting against
like
three Titans, it's hard to even score a single point.
yeah, it's so true. But I like this. This is like just to give a little backstory quick. I when Trump won the election, like I felt pretty dejected and pretty upset, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with anything. I had no idea I was going to be doing this at this this far down the road. But I had been listening to Nothing But Politics on YouTube. And when after Trump won, I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. I thought I knew what I was doing. I was talking to people, I was trying to reach across the aisle, but they're not listening. I don't know what else to say. And I just said, I wanted to watch debates so I could watch people who were good at it and see what they were saying. And then I ran into Blitz and Ian and Justin, and it changed everything. Like it didn't make me want to go straight back to politics, but I knew if I stuck around long enough, eventually I could, and it would be more effective, at least with the people that are around me in my immediate area, and discussing, politics with them and getting them, and at least knowing how to manage those conversations and how to, be effective. But I mean,
Right.
and it has worked. I mean, it's not worked to a T, but I mean, I'm only in the middle of the, I'm still in the middle of the journey. So, but I mean, I've seen like it's not philosophy. Like I must have had some experience with it. 'Cause not everything is completely unfamiliar, but most of it is brand new territory for me, and it feels like why didn't I look into this sooner? It's helped me structure my thinking to be much more efficient and much more clear-headed about what I want to do with my own life and what I think about the world around me. So like, I don't know, like watching these debates and watching these guys interact with people. Like I got to the point where eventually now, like I haven't heard something new in such a long time that I feel like now when I go talk to people around me in my personal life, it's also happening there. Like I don't hear anything new from even them. So, but it used to be all new. Like I would talk to somebody and I would just not have an answer for something. But it's because I was traveling in different circles. I was only in the politics circle. I had no idea how to debate. I didn't know where they were getting their information. It just seemed so bizarre and wild and just unhinged to me, MAGA world. So anyways, make a long story short, that's how I ended up here and watching debates. And I think it's helped me know where to take where I want to be personally in the conversation, where I want to position myself, and what I want to say to people that are on the other side. So it's helped me tremendously in that regard.
Right, and that's quite a bit more important in like your neck of the woods. Like I won't say exactly where I know you are.
Yeah,
but I'm also from.
I mean, I'll say I'm in Iowa, but that's
Okay, yeah, and I'm an Iowa boy too.
Mm-hmm.
Like but like before Trump, Iowa was pretty purple,
right?
You know, I'm pretty sure Iowa voted for Obama in both elections.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just so deep red, and it's not the same state that I moved away from, you know, about 11 years ago. It's not the same state that I grew up in. It's taken a real nosedive, a real dive over to the right.
It is. I live in there's the cities are now just almost predominantly blue, the major cities, at least the 5 major cities in Iowa. And then it's just a sea of red, the rest of it. And there's only 3 million people that live in this state. And, you know, most of the people live in cities, but it just feels like there's, you know, all around me. Once I leave, leave a city and start traveling through the countryside, like I'm in the sea of red. And like the signs you see on the highway here, like there's still signs that say, Kamala worse than Biden. Like, you know, like change your sign. That was already years ago. But I don't know. It's sad.
Yeah.
And plus, like the farmers here, you know, a lot of them trusted the right, and they got burned really bad.
Well, yeah, like farm foreclosures are up. Like I think the highest in like 50 years or something like that.
And it's nice to see the ones that learn their lessons, you know, pull their heads out of their ass. But so many of them are still paying lip service to it all.
Yeah.
They blame it on the left. Like that. How evil is that? To have your own political party ruin your livelihood, and you're so far down the rabbit hole that you can't recognize it, and you blame it on their political enemy.
I'm not entirely sure it's evil. I think it's just fucking lazy.
Well, they're relying. I mean, it's evil of not evil of the people that are the victims or the morons. It's evil of the political party. It's evil of the GOP.
Oh yeah.
To do that to their own base.
Opportunist is shit.
Yeah, they don't see they see their base as a means to an end, not as people. It's just they're just a group to be manipulated to get what they want, to get what the party wants. I guess you could say that about any party, but sorry, go ahead.
That's why there was no there was a fucking primary, Brett. There was a primary.
The statements that you just made? Hello?
These are descriptions of desires
These are
for a
statements,
smoker. These are
right?
not propositions.
These are 2 functional
No,
statements.
look, think of it this way: the charitable way, if you look more, the charitable way of understanding this is that it's not contradictory to say that they have a desire to smoke and they also have another desire to not smoke. That's not contradictory.
Oh wait, okay.
I don't know why you didn't interpret me that way in the first place.
Because he's being intentionally disingenuous.
Okay, we can
This is
express
weird
that
because the Apostle Paul already admits this in Romans 7.
Right, this is actually one of the most central themes between flesh and spirit is that they're in opposition. You have a desire to follow Christ, and you have your desire to sin. They're opposed.
In fact, he says it's not even I who do
That's
it.
just 2 different propositions, but those are 2 different propositions. But let's just get clarity, Danny. Do you think that P can be defined as?
Do you desire to sin? No, I'm not. No, I want to show. Do you desire to sin?
Okay,
Moro, do you?
Clarity?
I promise you we'll get to what you're saying, but I'm insulted by this. Do you have a desire to sin?
You interrupted me, so.
I did. Do you have a desire to sin? Do you have a desire to sin?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you also have a desire not to sin?
Do I have a desire? And do I have a desire not to sin?
I now understand why NB was in our chat saying no, not Moro again, because NB's in the earlier chat, like already sick of Moro shit.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to put you through this again, NB, but it's a good clip.
Oh yeah, he's just too fucking stupid for words.
She or they.
No, Moro is too stupid for
No,
words.
Morrow.
Yeah. We
Oh, yeah,
understand
yeah,
I would
I
never.
NB's
I
pronouns
would
are
never
she,
say
they.
that about NB. I
I'm
would
sorry.
never say
I'm the
that
one who
about
screwed that
NB
up.
ever.
You're right. The Moro is a dumb shit.
And I think I caught Moro still trying to like claim that like Danny's trying to like affirm a direct contradiction. He's still not tracking, so let's just watch the tracking crash out.
All right.
Yeah, and he's like, rah.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Is that contradictory?
No, because they're different senses.
Okay, and why do different senses of the terms? No, the terms are being used univocally.
Sense doesn't. That's just a blunder. Wait,
Hey Moro,
sense is
Moro,
gonna
I just
say
have a
that's
I have a
just
really
the way
important
you
question.
present
How
the-
many
the
years
mode
did
of
you
being,
spend
and the way
debating
we
power
present the
scaling on
being.
Discord?
No.
The meanings of desire are the same, right? The point is that you could have interpreted me.
Wait, the
and
confusion there is that it is going to be applicable to like a different, respect to my being. Like you can express this with reduplicative predication, and you're
respect?
not going to get a contradiction.
Why
Yeah,
didn't you
can get
interpret? So the point is that you understand what it means to have conflicting desires.
Well, those two are not going to be the type of things that are going to be in the same.
I dropped him.
Oh,
he was
then.
being like wildly disingenuous.
It did.
Danny looks like you felt disappointed that he got dropped.
Danny got Phil Pro blue balled right there.
Yeah, right.
Because like
I think Danny was
he
setting
thought he
him
was
up
on.
to knock
He
him
thought
out.
he was onto something.
Yeah.
But then, if you notice this whole stream, Danny would half the time Justin and Blitz were just sitting there like, this could have been a fucking email. What are we doing here?
Right.
I think it's because Danny doesn't really stream regularly, and so when he gets into it, he's like into it.
Yeah, he gets dialed in. And he
And
takes he's good faith. I mean, he's trying to have a conversation, and he's trying to. I think he's genuinely trying to help the caller at the same time untangle the web they're stuck in. And if he can just get through to him, if he can just get him to track, if they or just get him to engage honestly, it'll work. But a lot of times it takes a lot of work to do that, and can be a long road.
Yeah, and I don't think he's super used to working as a team.
It doesn't fit in a show format with like this where you've got limited time and you only got so many. They've got to weigh how productive the call is.
Yeah, like from what I understand, Danny has taken a hiatus from like streaming and like doing panels up until recently, and so like Danny's kind of coming back into it. So
I hope he
might
comes back. He's so
take
good.
a couple streams for him to like fully hit his stride again. But like if this was the kind of show with infinite amount of time, like Danny would like be doing great.
Yeah. I found Danny independently. I was just it was a while ago when he was still active, and I remember like when I first found his channel, I commented on one of the videos and just said like, "God damn, you're good at this," and he replied, he just like thanks, but then it was like after that, like he just went dormant, and I was like, whatever happened to this guy? And then all of a sudden he was the guest host on Unapologetic a while ago. And that was like the first time I had seen him in a long time. And that's when he explained that he had taken a hiatus. And then he did Taco's channel and other panels and stuff like that. But
yeah, I couldn't believe he actually did that. But
he's a nice guy. But he didn't know.
I don't even know if he knows now because, of course, Tacos sucked up to him while he was there. So I mean, if he'd bothered to talk to Blitz, Blitz would have fucking told him. Even fucking Planet Peterson has stayed the fuck away from there lately.
This is just a classic Danny moment.
Video. You're
No,
really
yeah.
quite something, you are.
Aren't I? But you're really quite nothing, right? You're not a
Okay,
Christian.
I'm done with him.
The moment he ended Jordan Peterson's career.
That was beautiful.
Love to see it.
This is where the meme
And,
should come in, like with the sunglasses that fly up. Do 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 do.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right. Any other suggestions for clips to respond to or react to? Can pull another one from today if there aren't any specific suggestions.
I might have to call it soon because I have some work that I really should get done, and I haven't even. I know I still have a long time to go, but
Yeah, next time we should have them all picked out like in advance and
Yeah,
ready
all
to
three of
go.
those should come with one. We'll
right,
just
we'll
go
do that.
through.
We'll plan
go
it
through
for
three
that
because
next time.
three feels like a good amount. Like if we're able to go like 45 minutes longer next time.
You know, not trying to brag or anything, but you know, out of the three of us, one of us did have one all picked out and ready to go.
Yeah, you did, and I should have.
Yeah.
I just had a hell of a week. I got sick yesterday, and I don't know, nothing was going right this week. And then I find out today, like right before stream, that I have all this training I have to get done for work, and today's the last day. I have to have it done. It's all submitted by midnight, otherwise it's late. Golly! And then somebody out in the parking lot hit my car right before stream too. It was
No
like something.
way.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's the beautiful thing of having only 220 subscribers or whatever. We can just do better next time. You know?
Right. That's all, we'll just keep getting better until we'll fake it till we make it.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
All right.
We're not monetized. It's not like we're we're doing good. We're fine.
Hell yeah. I had a good time. It was
we'll
fun.
figure it the fuck out. So, all right. Well, then I think I'm actually going to go take a nap.
Right. Yeah. You've been up all day, haven't you?
Huh? Yeah. I've been up since 4 p.m. yesterday. So,
damn.
About 22 hours. So, anybody up to go tonight?
Yeah. If you're on later tonight, I'll probably hop on.
I'll see how I'm feeling if I can get down for a nap or something. Like my partner and my kid are at the zoo right now, so I have a couple hours to myself. I'll probably get some dishes done, pick up, and then maybe grab a couple Z's.
Wait a second. Do what Nicholas Diorio does and have like a Google tab groups for the segment. Okay.
What's the matter?
MB put a comment in chat, said you should do what Nicholas Diorio does and have like a Google tab groups for the segment.
Oh, also we should shill the Discord. Join the Async Discord.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We can make a section there for like suggestions for.
I put a
clips they want to watch.
Link. I put a link to it. Link in bio. But just in case you don't want to bother, let me find it. And oh, it's not there. I added the link. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. Da, 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 da. Okay, there it is in chat.
Nice.
So yeah, so I was saying we should like make a channel.
And Brian,
where,
I
like,
did
people.
check the email address, so the one on the bio is correct now. So
We
What,
should
RP?
make a channel in the async Discord where people can like request like unapologetic calls to react to.
Right.
We
For
can,
this,
we
for
can
just
pull
this.
from those,
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
and also just like
Yeah.
other channel stuff for us to react to, like over the
Mhm.
like our async nightly streams.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
That'd be
everybody in
great.
chat for hanging out. Thanks Andy for coming up for a bit, and thanks Nectu and Gretchen. Let's do this again soon.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Anytime.
What'd you say?
I said anytime.
Hell yeah.
So.
All right, guys. Well, everybody have a good day, and we'll see you when we see you next time.
Take care.
Okay, you animals, you want to hear the song again on the way out?
Yes,
Go
definitely.
for it.
Okay.
Beautiful lie.
You dress up doubt in velvet robes, throw dead men's quotes like holy stones, name drop Plato and wave your hands like a mystery will make us understand. You sell transcendence cheap online with cherry-picked and twisted lines, a sermon built from smoke and mirrors, preaching louder cause the truth gets nearer. You claim spirituality, philosophy and historicity, but all you got is sophistry. We don't believe your silly fairy tales, but we're ready to talk about it if you want to. We'll even fight about it if you need to. So light the match, strike up the choir, turn your doubt into wildfire. We're dancing on the altar rails tonight. You call it faith, we call it theater, cheap illusions dressed up deeper, but everybody loves a beautiful lie. Whoa, whoa, you want salvation with the spotlight glow. Whoa, but the house always wins the holy show. You wear gullibility like couture, but every answer sounds rehearsed. You quote the saints, ignore the science, then call your contradictions guidance. A martyr complex in high heels, selling wounds that never healed. You need an enemy to justify the glitter in your bloodshot eyes. You claim spirituality, philosophy, and historicity, but all you got is sophistry. We don't believe your silly fairy tales, but we're ready to talk about it if you want to. We'll even fight about it if you need to. So light the match, strike up the choir, turn your doubt into wildfire. We're dancing on the altar rails tonight. You call it faith, we call it theater, cheap illusions dressed up deeper, but everybody loves a beautiful lie. And if heaven's just a green room backstage, then who's been writing all your lines? You pray in public for the applause, then curse the crowd when they don't buy. By the way, darling, not sure if you know this, but we absolutely noticed that your family